Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Alrighty. Alright, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? I hope that you can. Testing 1, 2, 3. Apologize about that. I also have to get my TV remote. I forgot that I left that over there. Darn it. Let's hope that it's on the right channel right now. Oh, yeah, I have to unlock it. Hold up. All right, can you guys hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Congratulations, Steven Newts. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. All right. I've been busy tonight, bro. I've been really, really busy tonight. All right. You're good. Good. All right. Okay, good. Sounds good. All right. Yeah, you can hear me loud and clear. There's no echo. There's nothing wrong with the audio. Nothing like that. Good. All right. Good stuff. All right. I will be right back in literally just a second. I forgot that I left my TV remote. I forgot that I left that, so I will be right back, okay, in like literally 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. Good stuff. I'm back. All right. That took about 6 seconds. So hopefully you're all doing well, and hopefully y'all are having yourselves a very, very fantastic night. We got another late one. Sixers taking on the Clippers tonight. Out in LA and Inglewood, California, so it should be a very good matchup between both of these teams. Happy to be back into it. We did Monday night's game. I just wanted to give you guys a little reminder that we will not be on for Friday night's game. I have to do another Villanova hockey game. If you guys want to support me, though, as I am doing Villanova ice hockey, I'm going to post the link down below so that way you guys can tune into that. If you wouldn't mind doing me a solid and liking and subscribing this channel. This is called Rival Sports Media. That's where I call my games for Villanova. I actually am going to be on doing play-by-play on Friday, which is going to be really, really awesome. I've been doing color and play-by-play for that channel, and have been switching on and off with one of my other fellow commentators. His name is Tom Hill. He does a really, really good job. So if you could go support that channel as well. Also, special announcement. We have new emotes. We have new emotes on here. Finally had the time to do that, so that's great. So go check those out. That should be really, really awesome. I hope that you enjoy our new emojis that we have on here. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of our channel, which is when you can get access to all these really cool types of emotes, all you got to do is click on this link right here. That's where my members get their access, really cool access to some of the gifts and some of the emojis that we have. So that's all good stuff. Those are all the emotes right there. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Rap Art says that I'm Jane, by the way. Who's Jane? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. I had to make myself laugh over there. Who's Jane? Oh man. All right. So the Sixers are taking on the LA Clippers. And look, okay, before we get into the game, Joel Embiid did get suspended for 3 games because he pushed Marcus Hayes. Marcus Hayes asked him a question or wrote a column about him. And Joel Embiid took it really personally. Talked about his family and brought up his dead brother. And Joel Embiid did not take that lightly. And he ended up pushing him when he actually saw him after a post-game press conference. And so he got suspended for 3 games because of that. So I don't know what that necessarily means for the Sixers in regards to when the suspension starts and if he is listed as active and all those types of things. So I don't know because he still is out with that injury, with that left knee contusion. But that is something that I just wanted to note first and foremost. What else do we have? We also wanted to make sure that we talked about Paul George's debut. Okay, so Paul George just came back, okay, and PG looked all right out there to me. I figured it was going to take him a little bit of time for him to get into the groove. Now, I listened to his post-game press conference and was a little bit disturbed that he didn't realize what the score was, and he said that he would have rather taken the 3 rather than just taking the 2. It wasn't a good shot, first and foremost. Second of all, the ball has to go into Tyrese Maxey's hands. He has the hot hand at that point. I know that he didn't get the possession for like the last 5 minutes, but still, in that case, I would have given it to Tyrese Maxey, and I understand that. So, but in regards to how Paul George did play, you absolutely see what type of tenacity he brings on the defensive and on the offensive side. He provides more spacing. He provides more attention as well. So it's just interesting to me how much attention he does provide. And I do think that that's a positive for the Sixers moving forward. And hopefully he can just stay healthy. I mean, the main thing about him is just, can he stay healthy or not? Some people thought that he was a little bit too passive in that fourth quarter. I just didn't think that he had it that night. And I think that he was trying to be unselfish and get his teammates more involved. But we'll see how things go as the rest of the season unfolds. And, of course, we have to get our big fella back out there, too, and that's what ultimately matters at the end of the day. We're not winning anything without the big fella out there. But I did think that there were some positives to take away from Monday night's game, even though they ended up losing. I know that they had it in them and then just got outscored at the very, very end. I think that they got a little bit tired out there, it looked like to me, but you would have absolutely wanted to come away with that win. Just were not able to do so. But tonight, I expect this team to go out there and dominate. I expect them to go out there and win. Paul George is returning to the LA Clippers. You know, James Harden is playing against his former team. And so I think that there's going to be some tension out there. I really, really do. And it should be a lot of fun to see how both of these teams do battle. Ty Lue, great head coach for the LA Clippers, going up against a really good coach in Nick Nurse. I'm curious to see how the rotations are going to look tonight. I didn't like how Jared McCain didn't get a lot of minutes in the last game, and I hope that his minutes do go up. Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon, they cannot have high-quality minutes. But again, none of this really does matter if Joel Embiid is out there, because Joel Embiid changes how you rotate your minutes. He just does. That's just how the nature of the sport goes. But what are your final score predictions for tonight's game? What's up, Asia? How you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, I like these new emotes. Aren't they so cool? Aren't they really, really fire? I think that they're great. I love them so, so much. Okay, let's go. Jane in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Let's go 76ers. I agree with that. Yeah. Sorry you couldn't join us on Monday. I know that you had a lot to process after that Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. So I get it. I understand. But now maybe it'll be good luck for us tonight. You know, that'd be really, really cool. All right. Let's get into tonight's matchup. The Clippers are 3-4. They're 1-4 at home. This is a team who is coming off of they're coming off of a win against the San Antonio Spurs. They won 113-104, and we're on a 3-game losing streak. Right before that, they lost to the Trailblazers, the Suns, and the Thunder, but they got a really big win in their last game against the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama did have 24 points, and he led the way for the Spurs, but Norman Powell able to shoot the lights out. He had 23 points and was able to shoot 7 for 15 from the field as well. They took it away in that fourth quarter. They outscored the Spurs in the fourth quarter 31-18. You also were able to get some big contributions from a Zubac, who had a double-double, 17 points and 13 rebounds. James Harden did what James Harden does, 3 for 5. He shot from 3, and he also had 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in that contest. Also had 3 blocks, 2 and a steal, and provided a lot of stuff on the defensive side of the court. All right. So let's get into the starting lineups for tonight's game. It'll be Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre Jr., Paul George, Caleb Martin, and Andre Drummond. And then for the Clippers, it'll be James Harden, Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, Derek Jones Jr., and, of course, Ivica Zubac all out there as well. Playing at the Intuit Dome. Clippers are playing there for the first time. This is their first season here in Inglewood. Tip-off underway. It's Drummond going up against Zubac, and the Sixers win the tip-off. All right, so there's Paul George, who gives it up to Kelly Oubre over on the far corner, and Oubre steps out of bounds. And the Sixers will turn it over on the very first possession of the ball game. Clippers are in their dark blue uniforms with the red spelling of Clippers on the front side and the jersey numbers right on the left side of the chest. They also have the white letters and the white numbers on the back. Harden gets it over at the top of the key, and we have some contact down low, and a foul is going to be called against the Philadelphia 76ers. And I forgot to change my page. I apologize about that. Okay. Well, there we have it. There we go. Okay. I'll make this a little bit bigger so that y'all can see that. All right, 25 seconds into this first quarter. Harden goes down the lane, goes into a pick and roll motion, and he goes up with a two, and ends up making it right inside of the foul line. All right, so the personal foul, what by the way was called on Kelly Oubre Jr., and Harden able to knock down the easy 2. George goes over towards the far side, gets it knocked away, but he gets it back. He was trying to throw it to Drummond, but George got it back. Maxey in traffic. They swing it out. Oubre, one more to Martin, and Tyrese Maxey trying to get the hockey assist. Cannot do so, though, as the ball goes out of bounds. It was last touched by Andre Drummond. So, again, the Sixers have PG. They have Caleb Martin. They have Andre Drummond, Tyrese Maxey, and Kelly Oubre Jr., funny because on the ESPN stats play-by-play, they said that Caleb Martin missed a 70-foot three-pointer, but it was over in the far corner. All right, here we go. Shot goes up, and that's no good. It was on Terrence Mann. Oubre got the rebound. Harden comes up with a block over on the other side as Oubre tries to go from coast to coast. Goes out of bounds, and the Clippers will have possession. So the Sixers look pretty much out of sorts so far. They just have not been able to provide some good possessions at all whatsoever. Harden coming off of a game where he had 3 blocks and 1 steal, as we just mentioned before. Harden dribbles into traffic, finds Powell, who goes over towards the near side. Here comes a man who will skip it down low to Ivica Zubac, and Zubac tries to have his way against Andre Drummond, and he does. Hits the floater and is able to take him to school. 4-0 Clippers, and we're about 2 minutes into this ball game. So Paul George has it over at the logo. He's double-teamed. Kicks it out to Oubre. Now Maxey over on the near corner as the Sixers go from left to right. Maxey will dribble it out. He's being guarded heavily by James Harden. Oubre over to Caleb Martin, who takes a jab step, puts up a three, and a foul is called. It's a shooting foul on Norman Powell, and I think that the Sixers will get 3 free throws because looks like that Caleb Martin was shooting a 3. Now, for some reason, the Clippers, it says on the score that it's 4-0. Or, sorry, that's 2-0, when it should be 4-0. So here comes the first foul shot by Caleb Martin. Here we go. Caleb Martin, of course, played for the Miami Heat last year. And he makes the first foul shot right there. Martin was actually a member of the Miami Heat ever since 2021. Started off his career, though, in Charlotte and played for the Hornets. Had 5 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists at the Footprint Center in Phoenix on Monday night. Second foul shot, that's good, by Caleb Martin. And Oubre and Maxey were heading back on defense, but Caleb Martin's like, I got one more. Got one more free throw. Clippers fans are booing Paul George whenever he has touched the ball so far. And according to Keith Pompey, they've also chanted PG sucks. George gets the rebound off the missed shot by Caleb Martin, and he steps back, pulls up for 3. Got it! Paul George with a tray. That was over on the far wing. 5-4 Sixers. Here's a runner, or a little alley-oop pass from James Harden over to Ivica Zubac. Look out below as Zubac sledges it in. 6-5 Clippers as they go back up by 1. Zubac's had a really good year. George goes down the lane, hesitates, kicks it back out to Maxey. Here's Caleb Martin over on the far corner, and he stepped out of bounds as he tried to go inside and was not aware of his footing. There's another turnover by the Sixers. That's their third so far of the ball game. They just cannot make careless mistakes like that. But a good three-pointer that was hit by Paul George after he got an offensive rebound off of a missed free throw by Caleb Martin. Harden almost threw it away. Here's Norman Powell over on the near side. Gives it back to Harden. He's over at the three-point line. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Screen comes from Ivica Zubac. Harden's three-pointer is up. No good, and a foul called on the floor. And the Clippers will inbound it. We've reached about 3 minutes into this first period so far between the Clippers and the Sixers. Harden will inbound it over on the far sideline. The Sixers again going from left to right. Clippers going from right to left. Zubac gets it over at the Intuit Dome, dribbles with his right hand, hands it off to Norman Powell, who goes down the lane, goes up with a right-handed floater over Oubre and connects. Powell, again, shot 5 for 8 from 3 in the last game and ended up putting up 22 points for the Clippers. Former Toronto Raptor obviously faced Nick Nurse quite a lot. All right, Maxey has it over on the far side. He has to kick it out to Andre Drummond. And Drummond gives it back to Paul George, who's running at the top of the key. Dribbles with the right hand, throws up a three-point shot. It's up. And that one is good by Paul George. And George able to knock down both threes so far in this ball game. Let's see the PG emojis in the chat. 8 points for the Sixers, 6 by Paul George. He's on fire. George playing defense on James Harden over at the top of the key. And George strips it and steals it, but we have a kicked ball violation. Is that going to be called against the Sixers? It is. Paul George kicked the basketball, and he ended up coming away with a steal, but after the steal, he just kicked it inadvertently. All right. Good. Let's go. I need to see PGs in the chat. Come on, bro. 8-8. Powell catches, throws up a 3. In and out it goes, and Paul George climbs the ladder, gets the rebound. Caleb Martin over on the near wing, gets past James Harden, goes up for a layup, and connects. Caleb Martin able to give the Sixers their first lead of the ball game. It's 10-8. And James Harden looks slow out there. Harden tries to answer back with a 3, way too strong, clamps off the back of the rim. George got the rebound, and another whistle called on the floor. 7:41 left to go in the first quarter. And they're going to call Clippers offensive rebound. George has hit a couple of threes against his former ball club to start off this first quarter. That's huge so far. 2 for 2 from downtown, 2 rebounds, and also does have a personal foul as well. There we go. There's the Paul George emojis. Good stuff. I need to see more PG emojis. Zubac gives it back to James Harden. Dribble handoff this time to Norman Powell, who finds Terrence Mann over on the near corner being guarded heavily by Paul George. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Powell gets it back. Double team coming as he tries to throw it away, and he does. Powell got it deflected by Paul George, and Kelly Oubre came up with the steal. George downstairs tries to give it up to Drummond, and Drummond could not handle it. Not a good pass by Paul George. It goes into the backcourt. Mann with an alley-oop pass to Derrick Jones Jr., and that's good, and we're locked in again at 10 apiece. That was a big turnover by Paul George. It literally went in between Andre Drummond's legs. Seems like that they've been passing it out a lot. George to Oubre, three-pointer, bam! Kelly Oubre Jr. providing that spark plug, and let's see those emojis in the chat. Let's go. 13-10, Philadelphia. Harden being unselfish. Finds Zubac, who runs down the lane with him, and Zubac able to put it up and in over Andre Drummond. And the Sixers are going to call for time with about 6:37 left to go in the first quarter. They lead it by 1. It's 13-12, Philadelphia, and they'll be back in just a few moments. Okay. I'm still disappointed that Joel Embiid shoved a reporter, says Katie. Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with either thing, man. I mean, I understand that you have to stand up for yourself, but I'm not gonna get like too into it. But it is what it is now at this point. You know, hopefully he'll be back soon. I didn't think that he handled it the right way, but at the same time, Marcus Hayes didn't handle it the right way either. Can't do that. So. All right, let's take a look at these out-of-town scores. All right, we'll do that right now. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Again, if you have not done so, I will not be on Friday. I will be doing a Villanova game, but here we go. You're more than welcome to subscribe to this channel if you want to listen to me do Villanova ice hockey. I would really appreciate it. Please go subscribe to that channel. Please be on there Friday night. We go on at 7:45. That's when the next game is going to be. Turn on those bell icons and go subscribe to that channel. It would really, really mean a lot. So yeah, out-of-town scores. The Mavericks lead at 93-70. That are playing against the Chicago Bulls. The fourth quarter just got started. The Thunder are up by 11 with about 10:14 left to go in the third quarter against the Denver Nuggets. The Heat are taking on the Suns. It's 66-62 at the Footprint Arena, and that is with 8:40 left to go in the third quarter. The Raptors and the Kings just got started. It's in the first quarter. It's 21-19. The Raptors lead it by 2. And those are all the scores going on right now. The Pistons lost to the Hornets 108-107 against LaMelo Ball and the Hornets. And then the Pacers were able to win by 7 against the Orlando Magic. 118-111 is the final score in Indiana at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. At the State Farm Arena, we had a ball game that was the Hawks versus the Knicks, and the Hawks were able to beat the Knicks, who are now 3-4 on the season. Hawks are 4-5. The Warriors did win at home against the Boston Celtics. Warriors are 7-1. Celtics are 7-2. And the Rockets won 127-100 in Houston. And the Lakers ended up losing to the Grizzlies 131-114. The Cavs are now 9-0. And they won by 9 against the Pelicans. 131-122 was your final score at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. And those are all your scores around the NBA. We'll go into the NHL in just a little bit. But as we are getting ready to get out of this timeout, the Sixers are up by 1. What did you guys miss for those of you that are tuning in? Paul George leading the way with 6 points. He made 2 threes and also has 2 rebounds, 1 assist in the ball game as well. Kelly Oubre also hit a big-time three-pointer as well off of the assist from Paul George. Tyrese Maxey has not gotten it going so far. And neither has Andre Drummond, but those are how all the 13 points have been scored for the Sixers. Zubac leading the way, though, for the Clippers with 6 points and 1 assist. All right, it's 13-12. Philadelphia up by 1 at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California. Lowry catches, fires up a 3, no good. And Derrick Jones Jr. comes away with his miss. Here's Harden with a three-pointer at the top of the key. It's the front of the iron, and there's a brick. But an offensive rebound by Terrence Mann, and he kicks it back out to Zubac. One more to Harden. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Harden dribbles over towards his left side, being guarded heavily by Drummond. Throws it over towards the far corner. Here's Powell going in the lane, and the ball gets deflected, and we have a foul called with literally half a second to go on that shot clock, and now it's going to reset to 14 seconds. The personal foul was called on Kyle Lowry. Said that it was a reach-in foul. Sixers lineup out there. It's Martin, Drummond, Lowry, Oubre, and Maxey as Paul George comes out. And he'll take a quick seat. James Harden gets the inbound, and we have a foul away from the ball. And that was Norman Powell being fouled by Kelly Oubre Jr. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe as well. And turn on those bell icons, man. Turn on those notification bell icons, too. 13-12, Philadelphia up by 1. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this cast so far. Foul shot's up, and that is good. Look at where they're broadcasting from. They have a bird's eye view of the NBC Sports Philadelphia crew. Huh. It's cool. Very, very cool. Is that Billy Crystal at the Intuit Dome? Is that Billy Crystal there? Wow. Looks good, man. Has anyone done the piece of the paper with an object in the mirror that you could see the image of the object? Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Foul shot for the lead by Powell. Yes. And it's 14-13. Norman Powell able to capitalize. Kai Jones, another former 76er, will step in for Ivica Zubac, and Eric Gordon comes in for Kelly Oubre Jr. Here's Maxey over on the far wing. Now dribbles back out towards the top of the key. Gets past the defender. Gets a screen set by Drummond. Kicks it back out with a swivel pass to Eric Gordon. One more back to Maxey for a near corner 3. Tyrese Maxey. How about the movement off the screen and away from the ball to be able to capitalize and put down a three-pointer there to make it 16-14. Harden dribbling over towards the left side of the lane. Kicks it out to Norman Powell. And Powell catches, throws up a three-pointer, and he hits it from another area code. 17-16. 5:20 left to go in the first quarter. Maxey over at the logo now, being guarded heavily again, and he wants to get a screen by Caleb Martin, and he'll get it right now. Maxey in between the circles, goes over towards the right side, throws it away. It was supposed to go to Andre Drummond. Powell gets the interception. Here's Kai Jones, who throws it back to Kyle Lowry. Lowry to Maxey, who goes up ahead, puts up a tray. Drummond goes up, though, with the offensive rebound, and they try to reset. Lowry catches, puts up a 3 at the top of the key. No good. Bounces off the hands of Andre Drummond. Actually, it went off of Kai Jones's hands, and the Sixers will have the basketball and will take possession once again. All right. Gershon Yabusele will step back in for Andre Drummond. See, I don't like looking at all these things, even though I like to be able to try to keep up with everything. It's just so far ahead, the play-by-play. 17-16, Clippers up by 1. Maxey pulls up from another area code. Can't get the shot, though. Yabusele with an offensive rebound as he subs in for Andre Drummond. Lowry tips it and throws it away as it's intercepted by James Harden. Harden loses the basketball. Kai Jones saves it, though, from going out of bounds. And they're going to say that Kai stepped out of bounds, and the Sixers will have the ball once again. Ty Lue not so happy about that call, but his foot was just over on the baseline, it looked like. Lowry, Martin, that's Caleb Martin, Eric Gordon, Gershon Yabusele, and Tyrese Maxey all out there for the Sixers. 4:12 left to go in quarter number 1. Maxey being guarded over by James Harden, who steps back, pulls up for 2. Got it! Over James Harden, the master of the step back J. Oh, that was awesome. 18-17, Sixers back up by 1. Harden being guarded by Tyrese Maxey. Harden gets pushed a little bit by Maxey, and he tried to push him back, and we have a foul called on Tyrese Maxey. Man, both of those guys going up and at it. That's just what you love to see. How about that crossover step back by Tyrese Maxey inside that three-point line over on the near wing, and Harden did not see that coming. And Maxey is just able to pull that up like a thread and a needle. 18-17, and the first foul shot by James will go to the line, and the basketball gods say no. Tried to swivel around the rim and just danced out at the very last second. Let's give this man some likes, please. Let's go, baby. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. 18-17, Sixers up by 1. Harden for the tie. Yes, he gets it. Swish goes the basketball. We have about 3:45 left remaining in the first quarter. It's been the Tyrese Maxey show and Paul George show as well, but Paul George not in there right now. Maxey being guarded again by James Harden. Steps back, pulls up a three. Again. No, it's a little bit short. Gordon, though, with the offensive rebound. Lowry to Martin for a near corner three. Bullseye! 21-18, the apple by Lowry, and the follow-through by Caleb Martin. On the other side, though, Harden gets an alley-oop pass, and he throws it over to Kai Jones. That was a three-quarters court alley-oop pass. The wizard, the mastermind, able to capitalize and make it a one-point ball game. Maxey goes down the lane, gets past Harden, lays it up and in with the right hand. Count the bucket and a foul. Tyrese Maxey, again, just going up against the biggest stars in the league, his parents in the crowd, and he shines in the brightest of lights once again. Oh, man. Just knifed his way through the lane, got the right-handed layup to go. Kai Jones was thinking that he was going to run right into him, and Maxey said, nah, I'm going to go over to your right side, bro. That's just what I do. 23-20, foul shot incoming by Maxey. Good. 24-20. Sixers have 24 points, and they lead it by 4 with 3 minutes left to go. Let's see the Maxey emojis in the chat, baby. Come on. Harden at the top of the key, and he'll pass it away to Kai Jones, who goes downhill, and will get it back over on the far corner. Now he tries to go up against Maxey, who strips it, and the ball gets stolen by Maxey. Yabusele deflected it. Maxey then got it. Yabusele with a little pick and roll to Tyrese Maxey, who's over at the near elbow. Steps back. Gets it back, though, from Gershon Yabusele. Now he's over at the logo. Dribbles over towards the left side. Goes down the lane. Kisses it off the window. It's a little bit too strong. And an outlet rebound, if you will, by Kai Jones. Here comes the Clippers bench out there. Is going up against Eric Gordon. It looked like it was Amir Coffey that's out there. Harden gets over at the top of the key, wants to dance over Caleb Martin, dribbles with the left hand, gets right by him. Too easy for him. 24-22. Sixers only up now by 2. Good offense by James Harden. So it's Harden, Batum, Jones, Dunn, and Porter Jr. out there for the Clippers. Yabusele going downhill. He's stuck in traffic, but he puts up a baby hook and nails it. And the Sixers back up by 4. Harden over at the top of the key. A pass over to Porter Jr. Or is that Nico Batum now? It is Nico Batum. Former 76er Nico Batum. Harden, three-pointer, too strong. Kai Jones jumps up, leaps up for the rebound, and James Harden was supposed to get it back, but it goes out of bounds. It was Kevin Porter Jr. who tried to throw it to James Harden, who thought he was right behind him, but Harden was just across from him, and he threw it right away. 1:25 left remaining in the first quarter, and the Clippers do call for time. They eat their first timeout, and the Sixers lead it by 4 with about less than 90 seconds to go in the first frame. It's tough. The Apple, baby. What's up? How are you, everybody? Where's Larry? Where's Larry? Did I miss Larry? Worst birthday ever, says Larry. Ugh. Oh, man. Ugh. All right, 26-22 with 1:25 left to go. Thanks, but we love you, man. We love you, man. We do. Sorry, I just realized that my ticker is blocking this. What the heck? Why didn't anybody say anything? It's okay. I apologize about that. There we go. So my scoreboard is over my ticker now. We got 20 likes, 9 people, or 20 people watching, but only 9 likes, man. Come on, man. I got to tell you that this Lowry-Yabusele pick and roll is interesting to me for sure. I'm curious to see if they'll keep that up. I liked how Paul George was able to knock down 2 threes to start off the game, and then he came out, and Tyrese Maxey sort of took over once again and did a really good job at just going into fuego mode. 8 points for Tyrese Maxey, 3 for 7 from the field. Also had a big step-back jumper against his former teammate who showed him how to do that. That was James Harden. That's when, what do you call that? The tutor outduels the master, or what the heck do you call that? That's when, I think that's when the person that gets tutored becomes the master. I think that's what I was trying to say. Something along those lines. All right, so the Sixers do lead it by 4. They've scored 26 points in this first quarter so far. Maxey leading the way with 8. Caleb Martin also made a big-time 3 and also had a couple of layups as well. 7 points for him on the ball game so far. Lowry and Gordon, though, nothing. Not a single thing from both of those guys. Oops, forgot to like. Now it's 10, baby. Tyrese Maxey. I love those Maxey emojis. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Got some new emojis, as we just mentioned. And again, Paul George. I mean, they're going back to a play that was earlier where he drew up a triple team and then kicked it back out to Caleb Martin, who was wide open. And then as soon as one of the defenders was coming on him, he sort of hesitated a little bit. And he still was able to find Kyle Lowry wide open in the near corner. And it was sort of a game of chess. The student becomes the teacher. Yes. There we go. Yes. Thanks. I could not think of the right terminology. So far, though, I do think I have noticed a big difference in broadcasting basketball now. It sounds really professional, man. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It sounds good. Feels good. Feels good to be doing basketball again. I've missed it, man. I've missed it. All right, 26-22. Sixers up by 4. A quad. All right, Paul George gets it back as he's back out there. Almost threw it away. Goes into the backcourt. George has it, and a backcourt violation is called. So he's trying to throw it to Eric Gordon, who was near the half-court marker, and he threw it a little bit too strongly. And George was like, are you going to get it or am I going to get it? And George was like, sort of a game of cat and mouse. And George got it and it was like, yep, okay, backcourt violation. 26-22, 1 minute left to go. Here's Kevin Porter Jr. kicking it back outside to Amir Coffey, who gets his first action out there. Got to call some Clippers G League games with him out there, so that was really cool. And now he's in the league. He's been in the league for the last couple of years. Porter Jr. goes up with an elbow jumper. Can't get it to go. Good defense by Gershon Yabusele. 26-22. Sixers up by 4. 45 seconds to go. Gordon catches and fires from 3. And Kyle Lowry gets the offensive rebound. Batum, though, tips it and steals it off the bad pass by Lowry. Here comes Amir Coffey in the lane. Good defense by Paul George, who goes up and under. But Batum gets the offensive rebound and tips it back up and in. Sixers only up by 2 now. Nico Batum, former Philadelphia 76er, who went back to the Clippers after being traded in the James Harden deal, signed with them during the offseason. George gets a lot of attention. Yabusele over on the near corner. Lowry on the far wing gives it up to Eric Gordon, who goes up and under and tries to go up with a layup, and he's fouled with 4.9 seconds to go on the shot clock. The foul's going to be called on Kevin Porter Jr., and Eric Gordon, the veteran, is going to go to the free throw line and try to make some foul shots. Scratch that, they called the foul on Chris Dunn. Gordon, 35 years old now, went to Indiana College, was a 7th overall pick by the Clippers, actually, back in the 2008 draft. He played with the Clippers from 08 to 2011, then actually made his way back over to the Clippers years later in the 2022-23 season. But then, of course, spent some time with the New Orleans Pelicans. And before they were transferred over to the Pelicans, they played 2 years with the New Orleans Hornets. And then spent a lot of years with the Rockets, and Daryl Morey had that connection with him. First 2 foul shots are good, so it's 27-24. Clippers now have the ball. Here comes Porter Jr., who goes up with a 3 with the game clock winding down, and it's no good. George gets the rebound, and that's going to do it. 27-24 as number 8 leads the way for the Philadelphia 76ers, and that is PG. As he gets a couple of big-time threes. Heard the boos early on every time he was touching the rock. And then Tyrese Maxey was like, I got you, young fella. There we go. And we go into the second quarter. Toot. We love basketball, says Janice. Is Batum alive? Yes, he is. De nada mucho. Yes, sir. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. All right, final score predictions. What are your final score predictions on this game? I'm going to go with 112-103 Philadelphia. Okay? I'm going to go with 112-103 Philadelphia. I want them to win this game. I won't be happy if they don't win this game. Let's go 76ers, please, says Jane. I'm going with 112-103. And again, check out our new emotes down below. They're really, really cool. We got 28 people on here watching. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go live for Sixers basketball, Eagles football, and Phillies baseball. I did mention this before. We will not be on Friday night. I am going to be doing a Villanova hockey game. If you have not done so already, please make sure that you go subscribe to Rival Sports Media. That's where I call my Villanova. That's where the Villanova hockey games are live streamed, and I get to do play-by-play and color commentary some of the time on there. Split it with my broadcasting partner, Tom Hill, who also does a really, really good job as well. But, yeah, man, a good start by the Sixers. They actually did not start off the quarter strongly at all. They had 3 turnovers, but then they sort of settled down. Paul George had a couple of threes. Tyrese Maxey got going a little bit. The Sixers did a better job at rebounding the basketball. But the one thing that I did like was how everybody was in sync, and it wasn't like we had just one guy hogging the basketball. So that's what I really liked out there. And Caleb Martin had a couple of good shots, and hopefully that continues. I think that as this team gets healthier, they should be able to get a lot better for sure. And again, we don't know anything about Joel Embiid and about his status and about when he's going to come back and when the 3-game suspension starts and all that sort of stuff, but we'll keep you up to date. But yeah. What did you like from that first quarter so far? 11-2 to 11-teen. So you're saying 112 to 110. That's the Larry that I know. Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Shout out to Larry, man. We love you, man. We do. We love you. We're sorry you didn't have a good birthday, man. But, I'm happy that I get to see you on here because, you know, you mean a lot to this channel, and a lot of people out there love you, including myself, for sure. All right. Here we go. We go into the second quarter. Sixers up by a trace. Tyrese Maxey is going to start off the quarter on the bench in his red and blue Sixers sweater. That looks really cool, by the way. A little hoodie. Oh, it looks good. I don't know how you're in that, though, after working up a little sweat. Here's Amir Coffey, and Coffey gives it back outside to Kevin Porter Jr. So it's Porter Jr., Dunn, Coffey, Batum, and Zubac all out there for the Clippers, and throwing it away will be Kevin Porter Jr. I think that the intended receiver was supposed to be Nico Batum, and it went out over towards that far sideline. And the Sixers will take it back. George, Drummond, Martin, and Lowry and Gordon all out there for the Sixers. George gets it over on the near side, being double-teamed, throws it to Eric Gordon, and Gordon throws it away. as Kyle Lowry, I think, was supposed to be the intended guy. He was nowhere near the basketball. That's just Eric Gordon not being able to recognize where his teammate is. And sloppy basketball to start off the second quarter so far. Sixers have 8 turnovers. The Clippers have 6. You don't like to see that so far. Kevin Porter Jr. over at the foul line gives it back to Batum, who goes downhill on the block and gives it up to Zubac, who goes up with a baby hook. No good. Drummond with the rebound. Got stripped, though, by Porter and almost stolen away. Sixers with an alley-oop pass, and that is to K.J. Martin. What a play as K.J. Martin gets the assist, or gets the dunk from Kyle Lowry, who gets the apple there. 29-24. Look out below for K.J. Martin. Kai Jones dribbles it over towards that left side. Here's Amir Coffey back out to Batum, who goes up with a mid-range jumper from the elbow. No. And Paul George clobbers the miss. I'd like to see how active George has been on the glass. 4 rebounds for him so far in this game. He wants to dance over Nico Batum. He's over at the top of the key, goes up with a mid-range jumper. Swish goes the basketball, and Paul George now 3 for 3 from the field. PG emojis in the chat, baby. Let's go. Sixers up by 7. Kyle Lowry tried to stick his hand into the cookie jar, but Amir Coffey said you can't do that. Coffey down low to Ivica Zubac, and Zubac tries to bully Andre Drummond, and he has his way. Zubac had a double-double in his last game and did a really good job against the San Antonio Spurs. Drummond in the lane, throws it away as Nico Batum gets the steal off the interception. Porter downhill to Amir Coffey, and Coffey gets the easy layup. Eric Gordon was on him, but that was way too easy of a mismatch for him. 31-28, Sixers still up, though, by 3. That's the 9th turnover by the Sixers. They have to kind of capitalize, do a better job in that department. Why does Drummond have the ball? Drummond will hand it off to Paul George again. George gets it over towards the elbow, kicks it back out to Eric Gordon, and another turnover. That was supposed to be a handoff, and George just not able to have Eric Gordon hang on to that, and Gordon just has it go out of bounds. It went off of his knee. Come on, man. So another turnover on Paul George. That's his 3rd or 4th turnover today. More sloppy basketball. Got to clean that up. Both teams have 4 points, though, in the second quarter so far. Zubac, Batum, Coffey, Dunn, and Porter Jr. That's the lineup for the Clippers. Sixers have George, Drummond, Maxey, Martin, A.J. Martin, that is, and Eric Gordon. All right, so we have a pass that goes out of bounds with about 11 seconds left on the shot clock. And it'll still be Clippers basketball. Porter inbounded to Batum. Wide open far corner. 3, got it. And we're locked in at 31. Nico Batum being guarded by K.J. Martin. That was supposed to be his guy, but Batum did have some space to operate. And a good no-look pass from the inbound pass. George downhill to Andre Drummond, who's in between the circles. And hands it off to Tyrese Maxey, who's being blitzed over at the top of the key. Maxey wants to give it a go. Steps back. He's over at the foul line. Goes up with a foul line jumper, and he gets the friendly bounce. It hit the front side of the rim and wiggled on in for Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey with 10 so far in this game. Another nice play by Reese. Powell catches, lights it up from 3, and swish goes the basketball as the Clippers retake the lead. If you need a pal, you call Norman Powell, unless you're the Sixers. A 28-foot jumper by Norman Powell, and Chris Dunn gets the assist. That's his 3rd assist of the ball game. George in the lane, goes up with an elbow jumper, and they're going to call a foul on the floor before the elbow jumper was even good. Again, Norman Powell, who played alongside with Nick Nurse, he's had a really good career. He's averaging 25 points per game so far this year and is now 31 years old, 6 feet 4 inches tall, and played with the Raptors from 2015 to 2020 and spent 2 seasons in Portland. And ever since, well, actually really about 1.5, and then he played with the Clippers since 2021. 34-33, Sixers down by 1. Drummond gets it inside and goes down with a flush. Kelly Oubre Jr. recognizing that there was a mismatch down low, and Andre Drummond able to get the easy dunk. And the Sixers back up by 1. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. Hit the bell icon, too, and that way you'll know when we go live for Sixers basketball. Powell over on the near wing. A little pick-and-roll action to Zubac, and throwing it away is Zubac, and K.J. Martin gets the steal. Martin goes down for two. Maxey was right by him, but K.J. Martin's like, I'm just going to take it myself, and it's 37-34. Lob City for the Philadelphia 76ers. Boy, K.J. Martin had Tyrese Maxey on his left and Paul George over on his right, and Maxey was like, nah, you're just going to have to take a young fella. Nobody was out in front of them. Actually, scratch that. Oubre was over on his right, not Paul George. But still, regardless, 37-34 as K.J. Martin does some damage against his former ball club, and a timeout called by Ty Lue and the Clippers. All right. Nice. I appreciate this community, though. Yeah, man. We all love you. Turnovers, man. What's up? What is up? Larry, I appreciate you also. Like the smell of fresh air in the morning. It's going to be morning in about an hour. But yes. No turnovers. I like that. I like that for like rejection. You know what I mean? Like, like defense. Like if we play really good defense, that's what I like. Yeah, exactly. Defense. It's great. Yes, sir. All right. How we feeling so far with this game? I like the second quarter so far. It's been pretty good. Pretty solid. What stood out to you? Let me know down below. What has stood out to you so far? It's just, RB said on Twitter, shout out to RB, but he said that Paul George, quote-unquote, has completely opened up the floor for Tyrese Maxey, and it's a very solid point he has. But, the one thing that I sort of come away with today, just so far, especially here in the second quarter, is that Kelly Oubre is, again, getting some really good minutes out there, and the Sixers able to do a good job with him. Kyle Lowry's been making an impact as well in this game, even though he doesn't have any points out there. He does have 2 turnovers, but he has been playing really good defense. He had a steal and also 3 assists and 2 rebounds, so I sort of like that with what he's been able to do out there. Overall, the Sixers bench has been a plus 10 so far, and you'll take that any day. Still plenty of time left to go, though. This is the first matchup between the Sixers and the Clippers. The next time that they play will be in Philadelphia. That'll be on November 24th. The Clippers came in with a 2.5 favorite for winning. That was the money line. And the over-under was set at 215.5. So, 215.5 points. So, 2 under 16. All right, 7 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The Clippers have only burned 2 timeouts. The Sixers have only burned 1 so far in this ball game. Thunder and Nuggets are locked in at 95 heading into the fourth quarter. It's one of the 4 games going on right now. Phoenix also leads it by 1 with 8 minutes left to go against the Miami Heat. And the Raptors up by 2 against the Sacramento Kings. There's a 3-point shot by Powell, and he cashes in for the Clippers. 37 locked in with 7:10 left remaining in the second quarter. K.J. Martin with a pick and roll downstairs to Andre Drummond. Pump fake, 2-pointer. Yes! Andre Drummond gets down on the block and goes up against Zubac on the block and able to put one up and in. Mir Coffee over at the top of the key. Scrambles around, gets a screen. Set by Zubac. One more back outside for a 3-pointer. No good. K.J. Martin leaps up and volleyball tips it into the breadbasket of Andre Drummond's hands. Oubre, a dribble handoff to Caleb Martin, and here's Drummond over at the top of the key. Again, Tyrese Maxey wanted the handoff and almost got it tipped away. Maxey over at the foul line. A little bounce pass to Andre Drummond and a turnover by Tyrese Maxey. Should have just held on to it. Coffee goes downhill, goes up with a 2. Count the bucket and a foul as the foul is called on K.J. Martin as he swiped him right on that right wrist. And Amir Coffey is going to head on over to the nail, and he'll shoot a free throw. Not a good turnover by Tyrese Maxey. He just should have held on to the ball. It was Andre Drummond who gave him a little dribble handoff, and then Maxey was like, I'm going to sort of return the favor to you. And it was just not a good handoff at all whatsoever. Can you turn it up a little bit, please, play-by-play? Turn it up a hair? Is that better? Is that better? 40-39. Turn it up a hair. Is that better? Oubre over at the foul line goes up with a 2. No, he can't get that one to go. 40-39. Clippers lead it by 1 with 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Here's Harden, who dribbles down the lane, goes up against Maxey. Offensive rebound by Amir Coffey as he battles, tries to go up with another 2 and can't get it to go. Zubac, though, strips it, steals it, and Andre Drummond gets it back for the Sixers. Boy, the Sixers really dodged a bullet there. Amir Coffey had a bad pass, and Drummond was able to come up with a steal. All right, Maxey over at the logo. Double team coming. Kelly Oubre gets it over on the far wing. He dribbles and crosses over with his right hand, goes down the lane and puts it up and puts it in with the left hand and finishes on the left side of the baseline. 41-40, Sixers up by uno. Okay. All right, good. I'm happy that sounds better. All right, Harden again being blitzed. 5 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound as he throws it into the hands of Amir Coffey, and his three-pointer is way too strong. And the Sixers come up with a board. Drummond hands it off to KJ Martin. Now it's Tyrese Maxey who skips it back to Drummond. Maxey on the near corner puts up a 3 off balance. No, that was actually a 2-point shot, over on the near corner. Clippers, they are trying to take the lead. Harden with the pick-and-roll action. Ball gets stripped, though, and it's still alive. And Zubac gets it back. The ball was kicked by Kelly Oubre, and Zubac able to just get a wide-open dunk as it almost went out of bounds. So Harden was being blitzed, and then he went over towards the baseline. The ball sort of got battered around, and it went off the foot of Kelly Oubre, and all of a sudden, no-kick ball violation was called, and it was a big, easy dunk made by Zubac. Oubre for 3, no. Drummond gets the rebound. He puts up a 3 and cashes in. Andre Drummond, he's been working on something brand new as he came back to the Sixers, and he's been a master, according to his trainers, at mastering the corner 3. He's done a better job at that, and, well, that certainly does help. Oubre, on the other side, though, gets blustered and clustered by James Harden. Don't even know if that's a word. I think I just made that up. But regardless, what a shot by Andre Drummond. Let's see the drums in the chat, baby. Come on. Thank you, my favorite JJ. No, thank you for telling me to turn it up. I'm happy that I want people to speak up, man. I want people to speak up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks, and turn on the bell icons. We have 12 people on here watching. I appreciate it very, very much. There are actually 28 people on here watching now. Excuse me. Let's get to 40. All right, 3-point shots up, and we have a foul call. Is that going to go against Tyrese Maxey? Eric Gordon comes back in for Kelly Oubre Jr., and it's a personal foul on Andre Drummond. Drummond dripping with a lot of sweat. 3 minutes and 57 seconds left to go. Yeah, he sort of reached in, and Powell did not like that. Harden gets the inbound, goes up with a little runner. No, Zubac, though, gets the rebound and tries to go up with a follow-through, and Andre Drummond says, I've had enough. 43-42. Clippers have been missing a lot of easy buckets, and the Sixers have dodged a couple of bullets, as we just mentioned. Maxey over on the near wing at the 3-point line. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 3:30 left to go in the second quarter. He's double-teamed down low, and Maxey throws it away. So he tried to find KJ Martin over on the other corner. Tried to bounce it inside that baseline, and Maxey should have just taken it himself. I don't know what it is with these extra passes, but Sixers have been making turnovers, and, well, you can't stand that so far. So let's see again. Maxey was out of bounds. Bad pass on the turnover, they said. And the Sixers are going to challenge this? 3:29 left to go in the second quarter. According to ESPN, they said that the Sixers are going to challenge this. But it doesn't look like they are. Zubac will inbound it over on the far sideline, and he'll give it up to Derrick Jones Jr. Yeah, I don't think they challenged it at all. I think that ESPN screwed that up. Zubac hands it off to Norman Powell. Runner is up with the right hand. Finger roll finish, and we're locked in at 44. 3 minutes left to go in quarter number 2. Martin downhill, kissed it off the window. Drummond with the putback, no. And Derrick Jones comes away with his miss. These finishes are just too strong, and Drummond did everything he could to try to punch it in. Just could not get the oomph on it. 2:55 left remaining in the second quarter. Harden has the ball. He dribbles. He swivels. He goes over towards his left, spins, and gives it up to Jones for a wide-open 3. Bullseye. Derrick Jones Jr. able to make a 24-foot three-pointer from the far corner. And the Sixers, as they get it into their court, are going to call for time. They trail by 3 with 2:41 left to go in the second quarter, and that was a big run by the Clippers. And they'll be right back in just a few moments. Clippers on a 7-3 run. A 7-3 run. That's not what you want to see. It's really been a 4-1 run, but regardless. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, not a good call by the refs. They will come. Was born in South Philly. Where are y'all from? We now have 16 likes. Let's make sure that we continue that the like buttons. Is the dude here, or did the dude leave? Did the dude leave, or is he still here? Hopefully he's still here. If not, it's all good. I was just curious. Just wanted to say hi. I miss my friend. Ugh. How many of you are tuning in for the very first time? Comment down below. If you were not tuning in for the first time, don't comment down below, because I know who you are. Where y'all from, though? Let me know that, too. Again, appreciate each and every one of you for being here. The dude is here. He says present. Should I do roll call? No, I'm kidding. There he is. Jiva Newts is also still here. Shout out to you, my friend. Please go subscribe to Jiva Newts. Comment your link down below. Congratulations again on getting 500 subscribers, man. There he is. Yes, sir. He is still there. The dude is still here. All right. Just not talking to Jiva Newts. No worries. You don't have to talk. That's fine. I just want to know who else is here. Sometimes I feel a little bit lonely. Sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to myself on here. But then I realize we have other people on here too. And I sort of get lost in the sauce. Jiva News says I was born in Philly. I needed some JJ emotes, by the way. Well, you have Sixers emotes, man. We don't get the JJ emotes. I don't even know if we. I don't even know how to make an emote, man. If you find out a way to make one, then by all means let me know. And I'd love to have one. But I can't do that. I'm not that artistic. I do a lot of other things. I'm not that graphic. I'm not that good at graphics. My first time Warriors fan, but loving the vibe on here on your stream. Big Worm, thank you so much for stopping by. You get a bell icon, or you get a ring of the Liberty Bell, my friend. It's great, dude. What got you into Warriors basketball? Please, I want to hear your Warriors fandom story. I really would. Some people say that it's Steph Curry. Obviously, that's an easy one, but I'm just curious. I want to know what got you into Warriors basketball and what your favorite moment was as a Warriors fan. Comment down below. JJ, you're never alone. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. That was very nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. 2:41 left to go in quarter number 2. Sixers trail by a trace Ask RB. He has a few emotes of him. I don't know how he does it. I'll have to figure out a way to do it. Huh. All right, here's Tyrese Maxey dribbling over towards his left side, goes down the lane, kicks it back out to Martin, who takes a jab step, pulls up for three. It's a little bit short. Harden gets the rebound. It's tipped, though, into the hands of Ivica Zubac. Oh, man, that's a tongue twister. Tipped into the hands of Ivica. Say that like 5 times. 2:15 left to go in quarter number 2. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Harden being blitzed, and he almost got it turned over. Maxey on him. He throws it into the hands of Norman Powell. Harden, that is, and the shot is short. Maxey tried to come away with the rebound. It was tipped off the hands, though, and it's still Clippers' possession. 2 minutes left remaining in the second quarter. Harden with a baseline jumper. Too short, and Paul George clambers his miss. We're less than 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. George gets some space, puts up a 2. Count it! Got it! Oh, boy! 47-46. And Paul George able to rock the rim as he hit a jumper, and the bottom of the net just latched onto the top of the rim. That's how much of a statement of a shot that was. Harden with an alley-oop pass to Derrick Jones Jr., who can fly. And that's what he does. Look out below if you're the Sixers, 49-46. Maxey over at the logo as the Sixers again go from left to right. Kevin Porter Jr. on him. And now it's Derrick Jones Jr. who wants to take charge. Maxey tries to beat his man, and he does! Right to the cup. 49-48, and Tyrese Maxey able to recognize that he could beat him and outduel him, and he got right over to the layup line and just finished with the right hand over on the right side of the baseline. Powell goes into the lane, or Derrick Jones Jr. that is, and a foul called on the Sixers. In the act of shooting, it's called on Paul George. All right, so the Clippers and the Sixers riding the seesaw. Clippers up by 1, 49-48, and still another half of basketball left to go as well. Derrick Jones Jr. again, a nice little alley-oop pass from James Harden. And look at the other side. You see Tyrese Maxey being a burst of lightning and just able to swivel his way through the lane and put it up with the right hand, underhanded scoop, and that was beautiful. That was great. He's eating it up. He is. All right. First foul shot is good. Second one is also good by Derrick Jones Jr. 8 points for him on the game so far. 2 rebounds. And he's 3 for 3 from the field. 44 seconds left remaining in the second quarter. Sixers have the rock. Maxey gets it over at the logo. The new Clippers logo, that is. Gordon with a three-pointer over on the other side. Can't get that one to go. Zubac tries to put it up and in. Paul George knifes his way through, gets the rebound, goes up with a 2, and he's fouled. Man, Paul George just stayed with the play. Zubac sort of had that rebound, and Paul George just able to utilize all of his wingspan and just tip it into his own hands. And then he just sort of went up with a layup, and even though he had a lot of contact down below, he did a good job at just fighting through all that physicality thrown by Norman Powell. 27.1 seconds left to go in the second quarter. First foul shot by Paul George, good. 10 and 5 for PG, the 34-year-old from Fresno State. And, of course, goes all the way back to 2010. That's when he was a rookie with the Indiana Pacers and spent 7 seasons with Indiana. 27.8 seconds left to go. Referee is going to give PG the ball back. Sixers down by 2. They can hear a lot of the boos as George touches the ball. Second foul shot, nothing but net. 51-50. And Paul George being that flash of lightning that the Sixers have needed. 12 points for him, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Harden's going to hold it for one more. 2 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock, and the clock is going to tick. 15 seconds left to go, being guarded heavily by Kyle Lowry. He's over still at the logo. Now in between the circles, gets some space, puts up a 3. It's short. Andre Drummond snags the rebound. 5 seconds left to go. George gets it over on the near side, goes down the lane, kicks it back out. Wide open 3 by Martin. It's blocked, though. And we have a whistle, and that's going to do it, I believe, as the Sixers are down by 1. No, they're going to say it was a foul. And the Sixers are going to have the ball still. How much time is left remaining, though, is the question. Caleb Martin got fouled on the floor. I wish that PG would have just taken the shot himself, but instead just threw it back outside. He was covered by Zubac, I understand. And 0.3 seconds were left. But I'm curious, as it didn't look like he was fouled. Oh, maybe he was. With like 0.3 seconds left to go. It's a shooting foul called on Terrence Mann, and the refs are going over to the replay center to see how much time is going to be left. It is a 3-point play for Caleb Martin. Time did not expire when the foul was called, but they're just trying to figure out how much time was left and if it was exactly a 3 or not. I think his foot was not on the line, so it should be 3 because his foot was beyond the arc. Big Worm says, for me, it was the 90s. The big 3, Tim Hardaway, Chris Mullin, and Mitch Richmond. Oh, that's so cool, man. That's so awesome. I love that. All right. Let's see again. It's an initiated review. Replay supports the call. Terrence Mann got called for a shooting foul. And the Sixers, there's a chance that they could have the lead before halftime. Refs are still over at the replay center booth, though, right over by the scorer's table. So they really haven't whistled a signal. On ESPN, though, it says that it's that they initiated the review and replay supports the call. So let's see. It'll be 3 shots with 0.6 of a second left remaining here in the second quarter. All right. Okay. 3 shots not for Lowry. That's for Caleb Martin. Yeah, they're going to call a foul on Terrence Mann, who certainly made some contact on that off-shooting hand as he was in motion. All right, so 0.6 seconds left to go and 3 free throws coming up for Caleb Martin with 7 points tonight. First foul shot, way short, hit the front of the rim. It was not even close. Martin, as a foul shooter, shot 78% from the line last year and 80.5% the year before that, just shooting 68.8% so far with the Sixers. Second foul shot by Martin, that's no good either. Ugh. So he's 0 for 2 from the line this trip around. And you can hear the boos. Come on, Caleb. Third foul shot coming up for Caleb Martin. Here it is. And that time he drains it. So we're tied 51-51. Harden's going to inbound it with 0.6 of a second left to go. And that's all he does. As Terrence Mann went up with a shot. It wouldn't have counted anyways. It was a 3/4 scored shot. And we're locked in at 51 as we go into halftime. Sixers and Clippers all knotted up at 51 apiece. And they'll be back in just a few moments. We're going to talk about that first half. I want to hear what you guys have to say. All right. We're going to do a little halftime report on here. All right. So let's give out our letter grades right now for the first half. Okay. Paul George, give me a letter grade for PG. Give me a letter grade for PG in that first half. I'm going with a B. Going with a B, man. Not going to lie, Martin is almost exactly like Tobias Harris. I'm not going to go there yet. Dude, he had 10 rebounds and 5 assists against the Phoenix Suns and 5 points. And he's been playing pretty good defense, so I can't go there yet. Paul George gets a C in Grace's book. Jane gives Paul George a B. Solid B plus for Paul George. And then who else do we have? Dude, give me a letter grade, man. B plus. Okay, good. We don't do trivia till the fourth quarter. That's how it works, man. I want to know though. So we have Paul George as a B for the most part. KGB. I like that. That's beautiful. And now let's go to Tyrese Maxey. What grade do we give Tyrese Maxey in that first half? I'm going with an A for Tyrese Maxey. Might be a little bit biased, but yes. See, the dude, like, you were so missed during baseball season. You just had to ditch us, man. You just had to ditch us. We had, so many people look forward to seeing you every day. I know that you had work and stuff. I know that you had stuff to do. But, I mean, man, like, they all missed you, bro. Like, so many people were like, even after a couple of months, like, where the heck is he? So, and the Clippers are at home. Yeah, that's true, too. Clippers, even though they're 1-4 at home, it is a road game. Tyrese Maxey gets a B plus in Jane's book. 12 points, 1 steal, 5 for 10 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. 12 points in 20 minutes. I'll change my grade to a B plus because I of course I love Tyrese Maxey, but I thought that he had a couple of turnovers that he shouldn't have had. 3 turnovers for him. I'm being a little bit nitpicky. Dude was harassing Twitter. B plus says Grace. Okay, cool. The dude says, I'm sorry. It's okay, man. We know that you had your own stuff. I just want you to know how much you were missed. Like, everybody missed you. Everybody was talking about you. And even after a couple of months, like even in September, people were still like, where the heck is the dude? Like, he just abandoned us. But no, I understand that you had your own stuff. I get it. I understand. I was wondering about the dude. The dude always stirring the pot. Always, man. What stood out to you in that first half? Please let me know down below. I'll be honest with you. I liked our 3-point shooting. Thought that we did a good job at getting up some good shots out there. I didn't like our turnovers that we had early in the first and in the second quarter. We definitely had some mistakes. 12 turnovers, we can't have that. But a positive that I take away is that they shot the ball really, really well from 3. And that was really nice to see. I enjoyed that very, very much. Paul George had 2 big splashes to start off in that first quarter. But that's my biggest takeaway. What's yours? What's your biggest takeaway? I think you can also talk about how the Sixers did a good job at rebounding the basketball. 20-15, they're winning in the rebounding battle. I think Paul George has been a good rebounder in this game. It seems like he's been playing with a lot of ferocity and with a lot of tenacity out there as well. He has 5 rebounds, and it just looks like every time that he's going up with a play, he's doing the little things correctly. There was one play where he did actually have a rebound. He took away a rebound from, I think it was Norman Powell, it was Ivica Zubac. That's who it was. But he took the rebound away from him and did a good job at just capitalizing and just, getting fouled on that possession. We will win. Whoop, whoop. Yes, sir. The dude always stirring the pot, trolling Greece. Still love Marshy. Yeah, good. We still need to gel. Definitely need Joel, says. We need to gel, and we got to get Joel. I like that. I don't know if you inadvertently did that, but that's pretty cool. I liked that very, very much. Yeah, we need the big fella back, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I'm more so just focused on this game, but obviously the biggest thing is, yes, of course you need the big fellow out there. You do. Like, you're not going anywhere without the big guy. We all know that. We all know that he means so much to this team, and with what he commands on the floor when he's fully healthy, he'll give you double and triple teams all the time. Probably not a lot of triple teams now that they have Paul George and Tyrese Maxey as the two other stars. But yeah, I don't know. I just I'm more so just focused on what we have now, because I know that we've sort of banged that drum and we've said that, we can't fully assess this team until Joel comes back, and I understand that, and there's a lot of legitimacy to that. However, it's different when Tyrese Maxey is the only star out there, and now you have Paul George out there. Like, this is the second game where we actually have two star players out there, and I take some stuff into that. I really do. I take some stock into that for sure. Drummond has been doing a good job rebounding the ball. 7 points and 9 rebounds for him. You can see why he's not a starter, because you know that he can only give you so much spark, offensively speaking. But as a backup center, he is really strong. And I am just so happy again that the Sixers got him as a backup center, because they are going to need him when Joel Embiid is resting. And there's no excuses this year as to why Andre Drummond, as to why the Sixers can't get any good strong minutes from their backup center. I think that they finally have solved that problem. And I like that very much. And Gershon Yabusele, one other thing I wanted to say about him, I know that he hasn't had a big game today. I've come to the conclusion that I want him starting at the power forward position. I might be jumping the gun on that. I'm not saying give him 30 minutes. I'm saying just have him start out there with Joel Embiid to start off the game and have him play 22 minutes in the game. If he can, he looks like he wants to play, man. He does. I would just continue to give him as many minutes as possible. You don't want to tire him, and you don't want to, give him too much. But I think that he's deserved one of those roles where he should be out there for a little bit of time. I still can't understand why there's no Jared McCain out there. For some reason, Jared McCain's in jail. I don't get that. I want him playing over Kyle Lowry personally. I think that he gives you more options on offense. He gives you spacing. He's good at finishing as well, right at the rim. Left-handed or right-handed, also can shoot the three ball really well. He's also a nice passer. And I want Kyle Lowry to come off in like the second unit. I want him in the third unit. And I think that Jared McCain has earned that right now. I really do. I feel that way. Poet and I didn't know. Perk on TV with his stink feet on the desk. You need me when I was 17. You needed me when I was 17. I'm like AI when I was 16. I stole the bar and hit the three-pointer with everyone behind me. Drummond is legit. He does really well. Yeah. I mean, of course, Allen Iverson had that intensity to him, but I'm sorry, as much as I like AI, and I missed watching AI, this is probably the closest thing as far as magnitude of a team that you're going to get to Allen Iverson with Joel Embiid when he's out there. He's so skilled, man. I need him to stay healthy. I love Drummond. I just wish he was a little bit better defensively, says KGB. I don't think he's terrible defensively, but I see why he's going to be coming off the bench. He had 3 steals in the last game against the Suns. He had a block and a steal against Memphis, I think. Remember, he had 2 steals and 1 block against Indiana, and he had 17 rebounds, and a lot of them were defensive rebounds. I don't know. I think that he's 31 years old now. He's not really going to give you a lot of he's not going to. His job is just to go out there, play 15 minutes when the big guy is healthy, and just get your rebounds and just focus on the glass. He's the best rebounder in the game. That's what the Sixers got. And I like that. Think that this team just needs more time to gel. And yes, he should start at the power forward, says Neil. Yeah, I agree. I think that we're at the point now. I know it's only been 7 games, but I just look and see what he's doing. This guy has a chip on his shoulder. And it's like, well, he's earned it. He's earned it, you know? Like, he's earned more playing time. I really do feel that way. I think he's earned it. So, I'd like to see him doing that. Where's Jared tonight? On the bench. Can I give you a message? Doc Nurse. And Ricky Council, too. It's a good one. Yep. Bro, they need to play McCain the same amount, if not more than Lowry. I agree with that. This game, Lowry has shown fight, rebounding, and defensively, but majority of the time, McCain has shown much more fight and passion. Yeah, I think he's the better ball handler, man. Like, that's really how I feel. I feel like he's just the better ball handler, and he deserves to have that playing time. If you have not done so already, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit those notification bell icons too, and that way you'll know when we go live for Sixers basketball, Eagles football, and Phillies baseball as well. That's what we cover on here. We also do Villanova ice hockey, not on this channel though, but it's on Rival Sports Media. I'm talking very, very fast today. And I know in basketball you have to talk really fast, but we're talking pretty fast. One thing I got to do a better job at is, and of course this comes with time, got to do a better job at understanding when to take pauses in basketball because it is just so continuous. It is. The action is so continuous. And in hockey, if you think that this is continuous in hockey, it's more, especially on the radio. But on TV, you can at least let you don't have to always, you're not the eyes and the ears like you are for radio. But anyhow, that's where the link is. There it is. Please go subscribe to that channel. I hope to see you on Friday, man. I really do. I really hope that we get a good crowd of at least 30 people on there tuning in to me calling Villanova Wildcats ice hockey. I want to help out their channel. You know, they do an incredible job. It's fun. It really is. I'm not even just saying that. I truly do mean it. Even if you don't like hockey, it really is fun. There's a lot of physicality there, and it's just cool. And if you don't like the sport, I just ask you to just support me because it would really mean a lot. So if you can do it, if you can be there, game's at 7:45. I would appreciate that. KGB says I'll be there. Good. I really do appreciate that. It would just mean so much to me because I want to do this for real, man. And I'm working and I'm grinding and I'm working my butt off, man. As much as I love being on here, I love being in person, you know? Memberships. Where can you become a member, JJ? I'll tell you where you can become a member. It's right here. Actually, I don't even know if that's correct. I'll do it again. Yep, that is the right one. Okay. I don't understand hockey, to be honest. Honestly, man, it's fun. And, again, I would just really appreciate if you just came on to just support me, even if you're not there for, like, the full game. If you're just there for, like, if you're there for a period or something, that would really mean a lot to me. It just would. CeeLo's here. What's up, man? How you doing, bro? What is up, my friend? On the go with CeeLo. Appreciate you for coming on here. Saw that you were streaming Nashville Predators game before. Hopefully you had a good stream. Comment your link down below, my friend. Please make sure that you do that. All right, we're about ready to start off the third quarter. Sixers and Clippers are tied at 51. Derrick Jones Jr. back out there as he gets the ball deflected by Paul George, and it goes out of bounds over towards the near side. Now the Clippers are going from left to right. Sixers will be going from right to left. Sixers in their white and blue uniforms with the blue letters that say Phila across the chest and the blue numbers below that as well. Also have blue letters and blue numbers on the back. George blocks a shot by Terrence Mann. Here comes Tyrese Maxey down the lane. Teardrop floater, no good. And a defensive rebound by Derrick Jones Jr. Maxey just mistimed it a little bit and let go too soon. Maybe too late. Scratch that. Harden works around his defender, finds Derrick Jones, who goes down the lane, and he gets fouled by Kelly Oubre Jr. and one. 53-51, and the Clippers strike first to start off quarter number 3. Oubre was behind Derrick Jones and tried to swat the basketball away, but hit him right on the elbow. And he'll go to the line for one more. Now about Paul George being able to get a block right before that play. It was on the offense. It was on the first defensive possession that the Sixers did have. All right, I'll see you later, man. Just got back. When is that Nova game? Friday at 7:45. 54-51. The Clippers lead it by 3. George with 12 points, 1 block, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal as well. 3 turnovers, though. George gets it over on the near side. Now pick and roll action to Drummond. 1 more for a three-pointer by Martin. No. Andre Drummond, though, gets the rebound. Good defense by him. Offensive Euro step, no. George comes up with another rebound, though. Tries to slam it home. It was a little bit short, though. And James Harden comes away with the board and says, I've had enough. Harden with the pick and roll action. Kicks it back out. George, though, with the interception. He tried to find Jones over on the near wing, and Paul George came running downhill. A kick out to Martin. Back to Maxey. Maxey back to Martin. Wide open 3. Oh, it's a little bit short. Paul George, though, again with his second steal of the ball game. Powell, contested shot from Paul George, and Powell still hits it. Regardless, great defense by PG. Just better offense by Norman Powell, who goes kapow against the Sixers. Maxey back, dribble handoff to Kelly Oubre Jr. And now it's Paul George over at the top of the key, and he is not getting any sort of breathing room by Terrence Mann. Works around him, though, knifes his way through the lane, and a foul called on James Harden. Paul George being aggressive, being assertive, and just being a bulldozer going down the lane, and a men amongst boys. So again, the Sixers down by 6. They have not put up a bucket so far here in this third quarter. They're being outscored 6-0 in these first 2 minutes of the third quarter. George was not fouled in the act of shooting, but he gets it back on the inbound pass, though, by Andre Drummond. Oubre at the top of the key, works his way downhill, tries to go up with an elbow J, and that's good. Andre Drummond tried to tip it up and in, but there was no need to do so, as it danced around the rim 3 times. Oubre was 7 and 1 and 1. Also 3 personal fouls as well. Dribble handoff over to Norman Powell. Goes down the lane. Kick out to Terrence Mann for a wide open 3. Got it. Terrence Mann, if you leave him wide open, he can cash in. That's his first 3 today. And that's his first 3 points on the board. Sixers and Philadelphia have made 6 3-pointers each. Caleb Martin going over towards the near elbow. Now spins, turns, and 5 seconds left over on the shot clock. Finds Paul George over at the logo. George has to get something going. Kick out to Oubre for a 3 on the near wing. No. And Drummond was not even near the glass. Zubac was able to box him out. Man, downhill, layup, Euro step, yes. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. An 11-2 run to start off the third quarter. That's not what you want if you're the Sixers. It was knotted up at 51 apiece as we entered into the third quarter. And the Sixers not off to a good start here in quarter number 3. And they need to recalibrate. Clippers have come out on fire. Terrence Mann with a layup wide open. And a 3-pointer as well. All right. Dude, hockey is pretty self-explanatory. You'll enjoy it. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I should be there Friday, says Larry. Good. I'll be happy to see you, man. If you have not tuned in, or if you have not hit the subscribe button as well, what are you waiting for, man? If you do enjoy this content, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe as well. I would love to hear more people come on here, and I'd like to hear y'all talk, man. You don't have to if you just enjoy listening to the game, if you just have it on in the background and are too lazy to open your phone, and you want to go to sleep to this, I understand that. But if you're bored and if nothing else to do, come chat with me. It's fun. I'll give it a go. Never watched a game, says the dude. Yeah, I think you'll have fun, man. I really do. It's nice. It's you see another side of me broadcasting. It's cool, and it'll be even better than the last time. I thought that for the first time it was pretty adequate. I didn't expect it to be great, but first time was not bad. It was good. Hey JJ, call some of the Vegas Golden Knights games, says Grace. Yeah, give me first of all, I haven't really called a lot of Flyers games, but second of all, give me the Vegas Golden Knights NHL package. Stats are fairly even except turnovers and points off turnovers. Yeah, I'm not happy with how they started off this third quarter. They've been playing fine to this point, but not a good start to this third quarter. They had to have been better to start things out, but now they're behind the A ball. You got to keep Norman Powell off the board scoring wise. He's been crushing these threes. He's been playing so well this year too. But yeah. Didn't Marc-Andre Fleury just retire? I think he just retired. Speaking of the Golden Knights. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's the new arena that the Clippers have moved into. They were, of course, at the Crypto.com arena, and before that, the Staples Center, shared with the LA Lakers as well. But yeah, so it's been fun. And the Intuit arena, that is where the Sixers are playing at. It's really cool. They have a nice court outside as well for people to play on. Scoreboards are really exciting as well. Actually, when you go through security, they actually scan your face, and that's also how you get your tickets as well. Maxey gets up a 3-pointer, no good. I can tell that you're a true baseball fan, JJ. I could hear the passion when you call baseball. Yeah, I love them all, man. I really do. I love all sports. Baseball's the one that I grew up with, and I've known it the longest, so I have history with baseball. Paul George gets the rebound off of a bad shot by the Clippers. George over on the near side gets some space as he's being guarded heavily by Paul George. Goes down the lane. Right-handed finish. It's up, and it's good. PG able to buzz his way through the trees and still able to make the layup with some contact. Good defense, just better offense by Paul George against his former ball club. 62. Oh, no. I understand what you're saying. Maxey tries to come up with a block over on the other side underneath the basket, but Terrence Mann finishes pretty strong, 64-55. And he's been really, really on fire. He scored all 7 of his points in this third quarter. George did he turn it over? No, it was last touch by Derrick Jones Jr. I'm not saying that you're not passionate about the other sports. It just sounds like you enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with baseball. That was my first love. And it's every day. You know what I mean? Baseball's every day. If basketball was every day, it would probably sound, football was every day, it would sound different, It's just tough because baseball's every day, so it's easier to say that. Plus, it's more so slow-paced, and I like certain things about each sport. Every sport has its own pluses and minuses, but I love them all. I do. I love them all. 64-55. I do appreciate the compliment, though. Here's George over on the near wing. Puts up a 3. Oh, that was way off the mark. Andre Drummond could not get the rebound. Not a good shot by Paul George. He was in traffic. Harden throws it away. It's deflected by Caleb Martin. Stolen by Maxey. Maxey rewarding Martin. Euro step underneath the basket. And a reverse layup is good by Caleb Martin. Good defense leading the easy offense. Powell on the other side being clobbered in the corner. He has no breathing room. Kicks it out to Derrick Jones Jr. And they swing it around the timeline. Harden being guarded by Paul George. Kicks it out again to Norman Powell. Powell gets fouled. And they're not going to count the shot. Even though he made it, he banked it in. And they're going to say it was a foul on the floor. Football every day would give me a seizure. Any given Sunday, JJ. Dude, I love me some football. I enjoy the conversations with baseball. Yeah, I enjoy that too. Everybody can be a color commentator in baseball. It is really nice. You know what I mean? It's more so laid back. It's more so chill. And that's why I think that we're really popular with baseball, because it's, there's more time to talk. And I like it. Zubac gets the inbound off the pass from Derek Jones Jr. We're about 5 minutes into this third quarter. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Zubac over at the nail, and he kicks it out as Maxey was guarding him, and a three-pointer is no good by, who was that? That was Mann. Oubre goes down the lane, throws it down with a flush, and one as well. Kelly Oubre Jr. taking a driver's seat and just driving it right down the lane, goes down with a royal flush, and took a little gamble on himself, just trying to be physical with Ivica Zubac, and it worked. Good stuff. Let's see the Oubre emojis in the chat, baby. Come on. 64-59. Kelly looking to go into double figures, and he does. Swish goes the basketball. The Philadelphia 76ers down by 4. The foul shot was straight on in. Harden kicks it out from the elbow all the way to Terrence Mann. Harden wearing his bright purple shoes, by the way. They are so bright that they don't even mesh into the ground. Tyrese Maxey plays physical defense on James Harden, but a foul is called. There were 6 seconds left on the shot clock. It's a personal foul called on Maxey as he was being guarded, or as he was guarding James Harden, man. Come on. That was just good defense. What are we doing, refs? We can't do that. (64-60) Clippers up by 4 points. And now we have an inbounds. We have an inbound turnover. The Clippers did not inbound it off in time, and Tyrese Maxey will inbound it for the Sixers. Gives it up to Kyle Lowry. Behind the back dribble moves for Kyle Lowry. Derek Jones Jr. was the one that got called for the turnover on the inbound pass. Caleb Martin over on the near wing. Goes downhill from C to Shining C. And a shooting foul called on Derek Jones Jr. And he'll head on over to the line and shoot a couple of free throws, Caleb Martin. It was a 5-second violation. I was looking for the right term, and finally it came up. I was like, wait, what do you call that on the inbound pass? And I should obviously know these things, but again, I'm talking faster than my head is thinking, and that's not good. 64-60. Clippers up by 4. What was that? Caleb Martin went up with the first foul shot, and he's just 1 for 4 today from the line. Come on, Caleb. I'll go to the line for another one. 30 people on here watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Martin's second foul shot. That's no good either. It goes in and out. Just too strong. Got to work on the foul shooting, man. 64-60 with about 6 minutes and 13 seconds left remaining in the third quarter. Zubac in the lane, kicks it back out to a wide-open Jones three-pointer. No good. Oubre gets the rebound as Martin tips it into his hands. Kelly goes downhill. He's double-teamed. A nice little find to Caleb Martin down the lane, wide open. What a pass by Kelly Oubre. Caleb Martin just wide open, able to make the easy layup. And the Sixers now down by 2 against the Clippers at the Intuit Center here in Los Angeles, the Intuit Dome. All right, I need a sip of water. Talking too fast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. The quality of the call is undeniable. Thank you. I appreciate that. You mean you like to talk about bats and balls? I gotta slow down just a little bit. Dude, I mean, like, come on, man. Like, you missed 2 free throws. You go 1 for 3 from the line to end the first half. Come on, man. You gotta be better than that, dude. A 7-0 run for the Sixers. Thanks to the dude. I appreciate you for spotting me out on that. I was gonna ask that next, and I was gonna try to do the research myself. Runs, it is so important. They'll tell you in broadcasting, and again, I always like to talk to the people that are interested in doing what I do on here. I will tell you, for radio, time and score is really important. It really is, because you're the eyes and the ears. But the other thing to also know, too, are the runs. So, for example, the Clippers were on an 11-2 run to start off this third quarter, because context matters, right? So what was the biggest takeaway of the game? Or what's a big storyline for the game? Well, it was tied 51-51 at halftime. And then to start off the third quarter was an 11-2 run for the Clippers. And ever since then, the Sixers have gone on a 9-2 run. So you'll take that all the time. You'll take that any day of the week. That's a really big storyline. Obviously, as well, you have Paul George returning against his former ball club. 14 points for him. He made his first 2 threes, his first 3 field goals of the game, and did that in the first quarter. Played really well and has, carried that with him as the game has gone on. Tyrese Maxey has been a really good player in this game as well. Harden has 6 assists and 3 turnovers in this ball game. Not a lot of points for him. He's going up against his former team, and he has something that he wants to prove. It's just crazy. Basketball is a game of runs. That is the game of basketball. Baseball is all about how many runners are left in scoring position. You got to drive in the runs. And basketball is all about a game of runs. And then football is about putting up long drives. And hockey, it's all about momentum. Hockey is all about momentum. You just got to have the hot sticks. The reason why the Flyers lost the other day, that was last night, was literally because they only put up like 25 shots. And they got outscored. I think that Calgary, or whoever they played, now I'm sort of blanking out on who they played yesterday. Carolina, they had like 57 shots on goal. Like, that can't happen. No wonder why you're going to lose. That's what it's all about. 64-62, Sixers down by a deuce. And they have Caleb Martin, Andre Drummond, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre Jr., and Kyle Lowry out there as well. Powell with the alley-oop setup, and Derrick Jones Jr. Look out below. A nice sledgehammer by Derrick Jones Jr. That's why he won the slam dunk competition about 3 years ago. And the Sixers down by 4 now. Lowry pick and roll inside to Caleb Martin. Martin give and go to Kyle Lowry back over at the three-point line. Martin's at the foul line, and we have a whistle called. It's going to be a foul against Norman Powell on the floor right at the nail as Caleb Martin tried to go up with a shot, but he was fouled on the floor. Hockey's a fighting game. Yeah, we had the same thought too, by instinct and violence. But no, hockey is all about, literally putting the puck on the net. It is really about momentum, man. It really is. You got to have the flow. Shot goes up, and that's good for Caleb Martin. Maybe Embiid is working on becoming a hockey player, starting fights. Yeah, but he wouldn't last in hockey, Larry, because guess what? He's not even playing. He hasn't played one game here. 66-63. Now, I love Joel, but he would never last in hockey. Foul shot is up, and that's good. So, 2 foul shots by Caleb Martin, and he actually drained them both. How about that?
Excellent.
Harden with the rock over on the far sideline, goes up with a 2 and banks it in with the right hand. James Harden with a 5-foot runner, and he gets his 5th point of the game. Lowry pump fake, steps in, goes up with a little alley-oop to Andre Drummond, but Drummond was underneath the basket, and he had to sort of elbow his way and be physical with Zubac, and he went up with a reverse layup and got it. Nice play by Andre Drummond. He needs one more bucket to get a double-double. 9 points and 10 rebounds in this ball game for him. Harden with another contested runner. Got it to go. James Harden has scored the last 4 points for the Clippers, and all of a sudden he's starting to feel himself. Martin gets some space. That's Caleb Martin, and he goes over towards the right elbow. A little pick and roll to Andre Drummond, and Drummond gets fouled by James Harden. Andre Drummond took a tumble to the deck and sort of rolled over as Harden fouled him pretty hard. And Drummond will head on over to the foul line. Can you imagine Embiid with no teeth, man? Yes, sir. This LA Clippers all day, says Ace Kemp. What's up, man? How you doing? Draymond could be a great hockey player. Yeah, teach these guys. You got to teach them how to skate, man. Drummond with the first free throw, he airballs it. Airballs the first free throw, and Nico Batum is going to come on in for Terrence Mann. What's up, Ace? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for stopping by. All right, Drummond will go back to the line for one more. Sixers not doing a good job from the foul line today. They're 10 for 18. They've left 8 points on the board as Drummond misses that foul shot too. What's up, Ace? How you doing, my friend? Clippers are 7 for 8 from the line. Sixers again 10 for 18. Harden over at the logo, dribbles over towards his right side, wants to step up against Caleb Martin, and now gets the switch. Tyrese Maxey's on him. He gets double-teamed. Kick out. All the way to Kai Jones. One more to Batum. Batum thought about taking the three. Harden goes up with the three himself, though, as the shot clock winds down, and he airballs it. It goes out of bounds, and the Sixers able to do a good job on the defensive side. Good rotations by Philadelphia. They were able to draw a double team on James Harden and then were able to just stay on their mans as the ball just went pinballing from one Clipper to another. And then by the time Harden got it back with 2 seconds left to go, Tyrese Maxey, I think maybe he got a hand on it and it went out of bounds. And Maxey with a nice little block. He just slightly got it. And the Sixers will take on over. They're down by 4, 3:49 left remaining in quarter number 3. Lowry gets a screen set by Andre Drummond, goes up with a three-pointer, airballs it, and it goes out of bounds. And it'll be LA Clippers basketball with 3:41 left to go. Not our moral victory tonight for the Sixers. Nope. I need a win. I need a win tonight. I need Paul George to get to come up strong in this fourth quarter here. It's nice to see him back after the first game. Now it's like, all right, we need you to produce, man. James Harden gets it over on the top, gets it over at the top of the key. It's being guarded heavily by Tyrese Maxey. Man, he's giving him no breathing room whatsoever. Goes up with a runner and a foul called. Is that going to be on Tyrese Maxey? He played really good defense there. How come? And I understand it's James Harden. He's going to get whistles, but Maxey, I thought, did as good of a job as anybody on defense there. And maybe he made a little bit of contact with the wrist, and of course, James Harden leaned on in, but I think that was a flop. 70-66, Harden with the long beard over at the foul line, puts it up and puts it in. He's rocking the cornholes as well. 71-66. Harden now with 10 points. 7 of them have come in this third quarter alone. This is a guy who's averaged 24 points per game throughout his whole entire career in his lifetime, an 86% foul shooter. Second foul shot, he knocks that one in. 72-66. 11, 6, and 3 for Harden. 6 assists and 3 rebounds. Tyrese Maxey gets a pick set by Drummond, decides not to use it, though. Dribbles it back outside towards the logo. Now he gets another pick by Drummond, and they kick it out to Eric Gordon. And Gordon, as he flows falling down, throws it away to Maxey. And Maxey gets it deflected, and it goes out of bounds on a Clipper. 4.5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. As the Sixers will inbound it, they'll have Kyle Lowry being the inbounder over on the near side. Kai Jones will step on in for Ivica Zubac. And again, 3:04 left remaining in this third quarter. That's the only substitution that we have, as well as Gershon Yabusele for the Sixers. And Andre Drummond's going to take a quick breather. Not a lot of action today from Gershon. Sixers get the inbound to Tyrese Maxey. He's over at the logo. Goes up with a three-pointer at the top of the key. No. And it goes out of bounds. It was a little bit short. Thought maybe Tyrese forced that a little bit. And he did not look comfortable shooting that three. And a good defense by the Clippers. Again, you have to try to set something else up there. 72-66. Harden gets defended by Maxey. Goes up with a three. Swish. James Harden now starting to feel himself. And even Maxey played a good defense. And Harden just stepped back and was able to hit a three. Sixers have yet to buy a three-pointer in this third quarter. They're 0 for 6 from downtown. Maxey steps back. Here's Gershon Yabusele. Dribble handoff to Gordon. Gordon inside to Yabusele, wide open, and he got it to go. Maxey almost got a steal on the inbound pass, though. It's 4-on-4 basketball as he takes a tumble. Harden, three-pointer. In and out it goes, and a foul called on Gershon Yabusele, and James Harden's going to go to the line for not one, not two, but I believe 3 free throws. Harden's starting to get red hot. Sixers have got to do a better job of containing him. Even Yabusele just not able to stop him. We'll lose this game because of the free throw percentage. This is going to be like the Eagles game, except it's going to be for free throws. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We've left so many points on the board. I'm a Clippers fan. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for coming on here, Ace. I appreciate it. They'll have a great team to me, but I'm still a diehard. Or they have a great team to me, but I'm still a dude. I'm happy that you're on here, man. I really am. We have a timeout called by the Sixers. I think that they're going to challenge this to see if this was in the act of shooting or not, or if this was indeed a foul. Curious. See how things do work. A 9-0 run for the Clippers ever since that timeout, says the dude. Yep. Tyrese Maxey's playing some pretty good defense on James Harden tonight, says RB, and I agree with that statement for sure. He's been all in his wheelhouse, and just the last couple of buckets that Harden has hit, it's not like he's getting wide open looks. He's just finally coming to life. 25 likes, baby. 25 likes. Let's get some more subscribers out there as well. By the way, we have new emojis on here, man. We do. If you want to become a member and want to get access to these really cool emojis, all you got to do is just pay $2.99 a month, man. And the link to that is down below. It's right here. Right over here. All right, so let's see what the call is. Challenge by Philly is unsuccessful, and there's going to be 3 shots for James Harden. Ace, thanks for subscribing, man. I figured that you did. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Again, appreciate you for coming on here. I hope that you enjoyed this content, man. There's Coach Kobe Carl. Got to work with him when I was calling games for the G League for the Delaware Blue Coats. That's the Philadelphia 76ers G League team. That was really cool. He's now an assistant coach for the Philadelphia 76ers. He's been in that role for over the last year. He's a really, really good coach, really, really good human being. And it was one of those guys that was just always really, really nice for sure. 75-68, Clippers up by 7, and James Harden is going to try to make it a 10-point lead. Kevin Porter will step back in for Kai Jones. Thanks, Jason. Welcome on here. Welcome aboard, my friend. Only other game that's on right now, the Kings taking on the Toronto Raptors. It's 97-95 with 9:21 left to go in the fourth quarter. This is probably going to be the last game standing. The first foul shot's good. 76-68. Not a good foul on Gershon Yabusele. But Harden doing a good job of just drawing the fouls. Second foul shot, that's good. And this foul shot coming up can give the Clippers a 10-point lead. Harden, of course, a 10-time All-Star. Guy who's made the All-NBA first team 6 times. Also was 6th Man of the Year back in 2012 when he was on the Thunder. Able to capitalize on the third foul shot and makes all 3 free throws. 10-point lead for the Clippers. And now it's Tyrese Maxey out there for Philadelphia, dribbling the rock. Maxey to Gordon, who goes down the lane, gets the ball stripped by Harden and stolen away by James Harden. Harden able to pick his pocket. And now Maxey playing defense on James. Dribbles with the right hand, crossover towards that right side. Here comes Kai Jones down the lane. Amir Coffey goes up with a layup, and he scoops it up and in, and a foul. That was Porter Jr., excuse me. I beg your pardon. But regardless, Clippers lead it by 12 and are looking to extend their lead to 13. James Harden again did a good job at recognizing Chris Dunn down low in the dunker spot and was able to give it up to him. And Porter Jr. can't capitalize on the three-point play. Sixers climb the ladder and get the board. 93 seconds left remaining in quarter number 3. Yabusele with a dribble handoff to Eric Gordon over at the top of the key. He wants to dance, and he throws it away as it's deflected off Batum's hands, and Porter Jr. gets the steal. Lowry tries to play defense. The ball goes up, though, into Kai Jones' hands, and he puts it up and puts it in. A 14-2 run for the Clippers. 82-68 is the score. Maxey dribbles over towards the right side, steps back, thought about taking the three. He looked a little bit afraid to do so. Lowry back to Gordon. Gordon to Martin over in the near corner. Dribbles down the lane. Yabusele back outside to Martin. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Three-point shot is up. It's a line drive. No good. That was way off the mark. And he was sort of shaking his hand after he shot that shot. Harden did get the rebound. And we have a turnover called on the Clippers. Not a good end to this third quarter here by Philadelphia. They've been outscored 31-17. The turnover was called on Chris Dunn. 41 seconds left to go. Sixers have not been able to get a bucket in quite some time. Martin over on the near corner. Dribbles down the baseline. Gordon swings it out to Yabusele for a three. Rebound by Amir Coffey and an outlet pass to Chris Dunn. Sixers haven't scored since the 2:23 marker. It's 82-68. 17 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Harden has it over at the logo. There's 3 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Coffey outside. They swing it around. One more inside, and there's a flush that's good to make it 84-68 by Chris Dunn as he goes in flight mode. And the Sixers will inbound it with 5.5 seconds left to go. Sixers down by 16. Maxey to Lowry over at the logo. Gets past the half-court mark sign, and he lost his dribble, and that's going to do it. So we go into the fourth quarter. Not a good ending to that third quarter by the Sixers. They get outscored by 16 points, and the fourth quarter coming on up 84-68 at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. All right. It's time for Sixers trivia. I'm going to ask you a Sixers trivia question. If you get it right, you'll hear this sound. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. So obviously Paul George was an LA Clipper. I want to know, how many points did Paul George average during his time as a Clipper? How many points did he average during his time as a Clipper? And how many seasons did he play with the Clippers? Let us know down below. More defense than offense tonight. Got to pull it all together. I agree, man. Sixers, y'all are having a rocky start to the season. Yeah. No excuses, even without Joel. 22. Did he average 22 points? You're close. 21? No. Just need 5 more likes. He played a total of 4 seasons. That's also incorrect. 4 seasons. 69. 69 seasons? Nope. 69 points? No. 26 points a game. 3 seasons. No. And no. Larry says that he averaged 23 points per game. That part's correct. How many seasons? 23 points per game for Paul George during how many seasons with the Clippers? 23 was a good number. How many seasons did Paul George play as a Clipper? Not 4, not 3. How many seasons did he play as a Clipper? Anybody have the answer? Anybody? A few. Nope. 5. Ring, ding, ding. You got it. Good job. Good job. Yep. 5 seasons. He played with the Clippers from 2019 to 2024. So, yep. Averaged 23 points per game. He played in a total of, on an average of 52.6 games, but a total of 263 games. I heard you say that he averaged 23 on the last broadcast. I did say that, but you said 22 first. You didn't say 23 first. Should have went with your gut. Should have went with your gut. Yep. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. We start off the fourth quarter. Sixers down by 16. They were 5 for 12 from 3 in the first quarter, and ever since then, they're just 1 for 10, man. They got to do a better job at shooting the 3. Kyle Lowry will start things off here in this fourth quarter. Again, no Jared McKean now finally back out there. Kenyon Martin Jr., and Paul George, Jared McCain, and Gershon Yabusele. George with a step-back fadeaway, too. Oh, my gosh! Paul George with a ridiculous shot from the elbow. He faded away and still swished the rock. Wow, that was unbelievable. Powell in the lane. Traffic on him. Batum catches, fires, and puts up a 2 and nails it. 86-70. Look up that shot in the start of the fourth quarter. If you're watching the highlights, that was ridiculous. George gets it again over on the elbow. It's almost intercepted, though, as it goes out of bounds over towards the far sideline by a Clipper. That was Kevin Porter Jr. I don't know what they're showing. Best small forward in the NBA. That's crazy. Overvalence of it. Okay. 86-70. George again with another step back fadeaway. Got it. Paul George putting the team on his back. George plays defense over Porter Jr. Kick out to Batum for a 3. That's off the mark. KJ Martin gets the rebound. McKean gets it over at the top of the key. Wants to drive it down Broadway. Puts it up. Can't put it in. Too strong of a finish. And a rebound for the Clippers. Powell in rhythm. Puts up a tray. And he knew as soon as it left his hands that it was good. And it certainly was. 89-72. Philadelphia down again by 17. See if Paul George can respond again. He's at the top of the key. He tries to dribble, and he gets it stolen away. He tried to spin. And Jones, again, a nice little pass to Norman Powell. First time is no good. Second time is good. But a foul called against the Sixers before that second dunk was put back. So it's a foul called on Kyle Lowry. Couldn't remember if you said 22 or 24. No, I got you, man. Those 2 shots by Paul George were great. Ugh. All right. So Powell is over at the foul line. First foul shot by Norman. He swishes it. He's been unstoppable in this ball game. 91-72 as he drains the first free throw. Again, this is a guy, Norman Powell, who was a champion back in 2019 with the Toronto Raptors. Second round, 46th overall pick, 23 points for him in this ball game. 4 assists as well. McCain over on the far wing at the elbow. Now it's Paul George being guarded is being guarded so closely by Powell, and a reach and foul's called on Norman. Just continue to give the ball to PG, man. He's been making his shots, and he's been looking really good in this start of the fourth quarter. Again, the Sixers down by 19 points. Feed the hot hand. Lowry will inbound it to try to give it up to Jared McKean, and McKean has it over at the Intuit Dome sign on the right side. George tries to set a screen for him. 8 seconds left, and he puts up a 3, McCain. That is no good. Yabusele cannot tip it out to a teammate. Goes into a Clippers hand. All right, 9:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. George playing defense over Norman Powell. Strips it away, and a foul called, though, on PG. Ugh. PG sort of had the ball there and just could not get all ball. He made some contact. Ricky Council, the fourth, now going to come in for Gershon Yabusele. Just did not have a good game today. 9 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers do trail by 19 points. Inbound to Nico Batum. They swing the hot potato out to Norman Powell again. Powell with the right hand. Dribbles down the lane. Three-pointer by Coffey. Yes, sir. And the Sixers down by 22. Amir Coffey with a wide-open three. It's been raining three-pointers for the Clippers in this game. 9:15 left in the fourth quarter. George gets the ball turned over. Almost did, actually. McCain back outside to Council for a three. And Ricky Council, the fourth, able to knock it down. He hesitated a little bit, but he was wide open, and he made the Clippers pay. Hopefully that can sort of provide the Sixers with a little bit of a spark. That's what you would love to see. 8:57 left to go in quarter number 4, and a timeout called by the Clippers. Oh, man. Come on, dude. George's turnovers. That can't happen, man. Ugh. Oh, my back. Later, Gabe. Yeah, man. Come on, man. They don't look like they're having fun out there. I need Tyrese Maxey to come back. I am going to talk about things in the postgame show. Like, I'm not happy. I'm really, really not happy about this game. And things can change for sure, but I'm really not happy. And this might be built-up frustration, but you'll hear it. You'll definitely hear it from me at the end of the game. I don't know if I have it in me to yell. I might just take it in me, but there's a lot of things that I'm not happy with, especially in this game and just from this team that have sort of eaten me up inside. Like the last game, sure, the Suns are a good team. Paul George is back out there for the first time. You kind of want to get him back involved in the offense, but a lot of miscombobulated things today. A lot of sloppy turnovers and some careless mistakes and just, ew. It was really gross. Gross play, man. 3 for the fourth. Yep. Yeah, man. I thought they had a good first half. It's just they lost the third quarter. That's what ended up happening. They ended up losing the third quarter, and I did not like certain things that went wrong in that quarter, and I'll explain myself at the end of the game. I want you guys to stay on because we will do a little post-game show. Then I got to be up early, and I'll make sure I go to bed. All right. 94-75, last game standing. Again, Sixers and Clippers. Actually, the Sacramento Kings are up by 14 with 4:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. So, this is the second to last game standing. All right. I'm not even going to look at the scoreboard right now. I might minimize chat. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. I had to let out a good yawn there. Clippers will inbound it. It'll be Nico Batum inbounding it from the far sideline. They'll hand it off, and the Clippers will have the rock. It's Kevin Porter Jr. Dribble handoff to Norman Powell. Powell being guarded by Paul George. Gets the ball picked by Oubre and stolen by PG. Martin goes down the lane, lays it up. It's too strong. And Ricky Council the fourth trying to be physical with Chris Dunn, and he gets fouled. It's a loose ball foul called on Chris Dunn. Now they want to go to Ricky Council the fourth. This is what he does, man. Like, I don't know why it took him a while for him to just come on into the game. I'm having some problems with Nick Nurse, specifically in this game. 94-75, 8:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Step back two from Porter, too strong, and it's rebounded by Jared McCain. Outlet pass to Council. Council with a behind-the-back bouncer to Kelly Oubre. Here comes K.J. Martin down the lane. One more, yes! Timeout called by the Clippers. Ricky Council with a behind-the-back pass. That was also a no-look pass. Oh, that was... I didn't know he had that in him. And a timeout called. Good run for the Sixers. Take that. 94-77 and another timeout called by Ty Lue. Okay. Up late, putting in work for tomorrow. Bengals versus Ravens. That should be a good game, man. That should be a good game. I like that little run. Let's see some more of that. Let's see some more of that, man. And I know what Snowman's going to say. It ain't happening. He'll also say, I plead my case. Shout out to you, Snow. All right. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I appreciate each and every one of you for being on here, by the way. It means the world to me. If you have not done so, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Asia's here. Shout out to Asia for coming on over here. Saw Asia was here before. Now she's back. Appreciate you for being on. What else do we have going on? Oh, we didn't take a look at any of the NHL scores today. Let's do that now. So we did NBA scores. The Capitals, they won 3-2 against the Nashville Predators. Again, CeeLo covered that game before. That was awesome. The Red Wings won in Chicago and beat the Blackhawks 4-1. And the Golden Knights were able to come out victorious. They were down 2-1 heading into the third period. And they beat the Edmonton Oilers. The Las Vegas Golden Knights now 9-3-1 on the season. Jack Eichel able to get another goal. Man, it was a big-time acquisition, Jack Eichel. A guy who spent a lot of his years in Buffalo and has been with the Vegas Golden Knights for the last 4 seasons so far. So he was able to get his 5th goal, 15th assist, and 19 or 20 points now for him. All right, what else? What else do we have? College football? Any games today? I don't think we had any games today, did we? No. Ugh. Ugh. That feels good. Wake up. Wake up. I'm going to take the hat off. Hopefully this doesn't affect the rally. Let's hope not. All right. Good 5-0 run for the Sixers. Clippers called another timeout. K.J. Martin is going to take a seat. I guess Tyrese Maxey is going to come back in. Don't quote me on that just yet. Sixers have put up 9 points in this fourth quarter. Clippers have put up 10. They got to play good defense in order for them to have a chance to come back in this game. So the Clippers get the inbound. It's McCain, Council, Drummond, George, and Oubre. Zubac gets the handoff. Now they find Batum. Batum with a quick trigger. No good. And Council comes away with a rebound. Here's Kelly Oubre over at the top of the key. Andre Drummond telling Ricky Council IV to go down low. They hand it off to Paul George. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Kick out to Kelly Oubre Jr. He gets tripped up, and the ball goes out of bounds over on his left cleat, his left shoe. It hit his left shoe and got a hold of his big toe. And another turnover by the Sixers. Do a better job in that department. Can't turn the ball over anymore now. James Harden back out there for the Clippers. He gets double-teamed. The ball gets knocked loose by McCain. Stolen by Kelly Oubre, who will solo it and go down with a 2. This is why you got to plead for Jared McCain to play. 94-79. Harden got blitzed, and he gets blitzed again. Double team coming, passes it away. A wide open three-pointer by Coffey. Good. 97-79. Amir Coffey with a big-time three-pointer. McCain again on offense. Dribble handoff to Paul George over at the top of the key. He wants to dance. He throws it to Jared McCain. McCain gets the ball knocked loose, and a foul called, a reach-in foul on the Clippers. Jared McCain again, a guy who was drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers. He was a first-round pick this year. I think he was the 17th overall pick, or the 16th pick, excuse me. Made an ACC all-rookie team and played for Duke. McCain will inbound it over on the near sideline. Oubre is over on the near corner. Paul George downhill, being taken on by Chris Dunn. Here comes Council underneath the basket. Goes up with a reverse layup and connects. Good job by Paul George to find him right underneath the basket. And how about the follow-through by Ricky Council? 16-point Sixers trail by Harden. Gets it over at the top of the key. Lots of physicality and a block and foul called on Jared McCain. He sacrificed his body, was not afraid to plant a seed into the ground. And the Sixers did not get a good call there on their side. But what about that finish by Council with the reverse layup underneath the basket? Good find by Paul George and an even better finish by Ricky. Oh, boy. And Zubac played as good of a defense, as good on defense as anybody. 97-81. Jones with a handoff to James Harden. And Harden gets the ball downhill to Jones, and one more to Zubac, and a foul. Zubac got Paul George the buy on a pump fake, and it's 99-81. Where the heck is Tyrese Maxey, man? Sixers down by 18 points. The Clippers are in the bonus already, and the Sixers did not do a good job on that play. George is going to take a quick seat now for the Sixers. And he'll get a little breather. And the foul shot is good. Sixers down by 19 with 6.5 minutes left to go. Oubre, Drummond, Reggie Jackson, former Clipper out there for the very first time. Oubre hands it off to Council. Council downhill to Jackson. Here comes Oubre, and we have a travel called by Reggie Jackson. Wow. Dude, we're not even going to put in Tyrese Maxey. We're just going to wave the white flag like that. Come on, bro. Oh, man. 100-81. And Harden with a little pick-and-roll action to Jones Jr. Here's Powell, steps back, shuffles his feet, puts up a three. And that's good. Norman Powell able to fire a three and make it a 22-point lead with 6 minutes left to go. Drummond and Oubre trying to play good offense here for the Sixers. Oubre goes up with an elbow J, and he connects. That was a nice shot by Kelly. And we have about 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in quarter number 4. Let's hope that the Sixers and try to get on a big run here. Sixers still have 3 timeouts and a whistle called, and that's going to go against Kelly Oubre Jr. So, by the way, the Sixers, after this game is done, they'll be facing the LA Lakers right across the street, and they'll play them on Friday night. Lakers have not done a good job, especially at home. Harden's going to go to the line here to shoot a couple of foul shots. First one, he puts it up, and it goes in and out. Bounces off the head of Andre Drummond. And then for the Clippers, meanwhile, what are they going to do? Well, they have to play the Sacramento Kings, and then they head on over to face the Raptors back at home. And then they go to Oklahoma City to play the Thunder, and then they play the Houston Rockets for 2 straight games. 104-83 as Harden knocks down the second foul shot. Oubre slips up for a second. Little bounce downhill to Andre Drummond and the steal by Ivica Zubac. And Council tries to play defense. James Harden gets it over on the far side. 5:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Harden gets it over at the logo. KJ Martin about ready to check in. Jackson gets a steal. Oubre goes into the lane, kisses it up, and kisses it in with the left-handed finger roll finish. Underhanded scoop by Oubre. At least he's been doing a good job here in this fourth quarter. Powell over at the top of the key, downhill to Zubac. Nobody was on him. Too easy of a finish. And it's 106-85. Clippers again just providing all the answers in the world against the Philadelphia 76ers. A little bouncer from Jackson to Drummond. Oubre gets past a screen set by Andre Drummond. Goes down the lane. Left-handed floater. Good. Oubre has certainly had the hot hand, but it's not going to help if you're just trading buckets. 4:15 left in quarter number 4. Again, the Clippers are still in the bonus, by the way. And Harden gets defended by Oubre. A bounce pass that's deflected by Oubre, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Norman Powell. And the Sixers will take on over. Man. Sixers have, over the last, Sixers have played the Clippers 140 times. And they're 78-62. All-time wise against the Clippers. Last time that these two teams played, the Clippers won 108-107. So a little alley-oop that gets interfered with by Ivica Zubac, and James Harden comes away with the steal. See, they still have their starters out there. We don't even have ours. 3:43 left to go in the fourth quarter. Here comes Amir Coffey. Down low is Ivica Zubac, and he last touched it. It's almost saved by the by the Clippers, and they say that he stepped out of bounds. A lot to talk about after this game. Again, I'm gonna go off on the Sixers today. I'm not really happy at all whatsoever. We got 31 people tuning in on here. Thank you all so much for being on here. Appreciate it. Jackson still out there for the Sixers. Sixers trail by 19 points, 3:30 left to go. Jackson with a runner inside, puts it up, and he does not even get the friendly roll. And the Clippers are going to just milk this clock down. 3:22 left to go, and they call for time here in the fourth quarter. Sixers trail by 19 points. And that's probably, I expect the Sixers are going to unload their bench at this point. Very disappointing. Really, really disappointing. And again, I'm trying to save all of this stuff for the post game, but I sort of feel like we can sort of start the post game right now. In some ways, I'm bothered, man. I get that you're missing Joel Embiid. However, there's just so many things that just went wrong in this game. And number one, I hate to do this. I got to put blame on Nick Nurse. I really do. At this point, Jared McCain should be playing more minutes than Kyle Lowry. And it takes you until the fourth quarter to recognize that. And Ricky Council, it takes you until the fourth quarter to recognize that he should be out there playing too. That is at this point of the season, it's still early, but I expected Ricky and Jared to be getting some more minutes, man. They just deserve it. They really do. They're young. They're athletic. Let the young boys go out there and have some fun. You know? I'm not really happy about that. I don't know what to say about Tyrese Maxey today. Maxey did not have a good game today. Started off strong in that first quarter, and then they made adjustments, and he just could not find the shot. I figured that was going to be the case. But let's see what happens throughout these rest of these 3 minutes. I want to see a Dembona out there, and he is. Ricky Council goes downhill. The ball gets tipped by McCain. Shot goes up, though, and that's good for the Clippers. So the Clippers have unloaded their bench too. It's 108 to 87, 3:05 left to go. Kobe Brown out there, as well as Bones Highland, Kai Jones. You also have Jordan Miller as well for the Clippers. Here's McCain, steps back, puts up a 2, nails it. 108 to 89. So Brown able to make a layup for the Clippers, and then it was Jared McCain who answered on the other side. Here's a pass that goes all the way outside to Bones Highland, who's over at the far corner. Kai Jones now has the rock. Three-pointer on the other side for the Clippers, off the mark. KJ Martin comes away with the miss. And the Sixers driving the tempo. Martin downhill, left-handed floater, got it. 108 to 91. Seems like that these players wanted to play, and they have a lot of energy for the Sixers. 2:12 left to go in the fourth quarter. Can they still make this a game? Two-pointer, that's an elbow jumper. No. Nobody was there to box out KJ Martin. Jackson, here's a fast break pass to Ricky Council IV, who lost the basketball. It's stolen by Bones Highland. And KJ Martin plays good defense. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be 76ers basketball. With exactly 1:54 left to go in the fourth quarter. Outlet pass downhill to Ricky Council, and he flashes one in and hangs on to the rim. A nice dunk by Ricky Council IV. 1:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. This starting unit, this unit for the Sixers doing a good job. McCain over on the steal, gets it, and gets it back. One more to Council for a near corner 3, off the mark again. Council had the look, just could not cash it in. And Jared McCain's been so physical in this game. Bones Highland again has the ball. There's a positive. Sixers bench unit, their third stringers are doing a really good job. Highland being guarded again by McCain. Elbow, that's where he is. Kai Jones goes downhill. One more pass inside, and we have an offensive 3-second violation called, and the Sixers will take on over with 107 left to go. Trail by 15 points. Jackson gets it over at the logo. 108 to 93. Reggie over at the top of the key. A dribble handoff to McCain. Comes KJ Martin, who goes downhill, tries to go up with a tough 2, and he gets it. Somehow, some way, with 53.5 seconds left to go. It's 108 to 95. The score does not indicate how bad the Sixers played today with their starters out there. 45 seconds left to go, 15 on the shot clock. Highland gets a screen, decides not to use it. Reggie Jackson guarding him. Elbow jumper on the far wing. Yes. And Jackson will take possession again. Again, make sure you stay on for this post-game show because I have a lot that I want to say. And I'd like to hear your thoughts, too, about this man. Bona gets the pass. A dribble handoff to McCain. Jared McCain dribbles downhill, floaters up, and it's good. It's 110 to 97, and there's an and one opportunity for Jared McCain. Wow. That's going to be my first thing that I say. Give this man playing time. Give this man minutes. He deserves it. He deserves it, man. Deserves it more than Kyle Lowry. Foul shot good by Jared McCain, and he converts on the three-point play. And that's going to wrap things up as the Clippers are just going to dribble this one out. And 10 seconds left to go. Clippers are going to win by a final score of 110 to 98. And they get their second win at home on the season, and they beat the Sixers by 12. There's Paul George with the towel on him. And Sixers end up losing another game. So now they go 1-6 on the season. Still have not seen a win from this team. Nick Nurse is going back into the locker room. And the ball game is over, 110 to 98. The final score. Clippers one last time before we get into this. Clippers had Norman Powell lead the way. Norman Powell did a very good job in this game. 26 points, just a couple points above his average. 6 for 8 from 3. A career high 7 straight 20 or more point game for him. He's been really strong, man. He's been such a pivotal player for them this year. And the Sixers just could not stop him. And That was a big difference in tonight's game. Yeah. Let's talk about that mess. So, first and foremost, okay, I have my own thoughts. We are gonna do this, okay? The Clippers played well. No excuses. The Clippers played really well tonight. But I am annoyed with our head coach now. Because every time that I'm watching Jared McKean play and Ricky Council play, they deserve minutes. They deserve to be out there in the first 3 quarters. They're role players. They're athletic. McKean is better than Kyle Lowry any day. It is really annoying me how much Jared McKean has just not been able to play just because Kyle Lowry's the veteran. Kyle Lowry was with Nick Nurse for a while. Lowry didn't play bad today, but my gosh, this guy is just balling out there. And the Sixers actually outscored the Clippers in that fourth quarter. And you know why? Part of the reason why was because Jared McKean was out there. That's point number 1 that I want to make. I'm done with the Kyle Lowry experiment. Give me Jared McKean minutes any day of the week. McKean +4 tonight. 5 points in 12 minutes, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 rebound. He played really well. Lowry was a -9. In 20 minutes, he gave you nothing. No points. None. No points. Council, 7 points in 9 minutes. KJ Martin actually had 10 points in 18 minutes, which was interesting. But Eric Gordon and Kyle Lowry combined to give you 1 point in 37 minutes. I'm done with giving the vets that amount of playing time. I'm done. I'm done. That better be the last time I see that. I'm so annoyed with it. Yabusele didn't have a good game today. I'm not going to get on him. 4 points for him, 1 rebound in 10 minutes. He was human tonight, okay? That's sort of what I expect from Yabusele. Something like tonight. He wasn't bad. He wasn't great. He wasn't terrible. But I am so done with McKean and Council not getting a lot of minutes. They combined to give you 21 minutes tonight, and they had 12 points in those 21 minutes. Play the youngsters. Just play them. Please. Give them more time than Lowry and Gordon. It's so simple. Eric Gordon had 4 turnovers today. 4. I also have an issue with Nick Nurse waving the white flag in that fourth quarter. So Paul George plays. Let me get this right. Paul George plays in the first game, and you want to give them reps, right? You want them to play down the stretch. The Clippers are out there, up by 14, and they still have their starters out there. I don't know. Maybe Paul George and Tyrese Maxey can give you some sort of buzz. I don't know. Maybe they could, maybe they could sort of bounce out of their slump. I don't like waving the white flag in that area there because that tells me that the head coach is not ready to win. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. They got outscored in that third quarter. That's where everything unfolded. However, your players have to play. You're not going to get a lot of reps out there with Joel, PG, and Tyrese. And even though there was no Joel today, Paul George and Tyrese, that might be, Paul George can get hurt anytime. And I need to see the reps out there. So of course, Paul George is going to be on a minutes restriction. I understand that. But you used up all his 24 minutes early. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I thought that Nick Nurse I give Nick Nurse an F today. And I'm usually really nice to Nick Nurse because he's done a good job overall. But now I'm getting annoyed with his rotations. His rotations have sucked this year. And, the first couple of games, you want to try to see who has the hot hand. I get it. But now, enough with the Lowry, enough with the Gordon experiment. They just can't play. They can't play. They can't play as many minutes as they're getting. Sure, have them come in for sparks. If you're not getting offense from Jared McCain, sure, you have to try to do something else. But McCain and Council have deserved the playing time. And I'm done. I'm done with the experiment of that. Point number 2. Let's talk about Tyrese Maxey today. Tyrese Maxey had a couple of turnovers early in that first quarter, and I thought he was being too passive today. I thought that the Sixers were being very passive, and that's why they had as many turnovers as they did. 7 turnovers combined between PG and Maxey. Look, there's going to be slumps. There's going to be funks out there, and you want to try to get in sync. I understand. But we can't have these plays where it's like, are you going to take the shot or am I going to take the shot? Somebody just has to take the shot. You're making too many passes, and if you're making 4 passes per possession, somebody's going to steal the ball. I'm not saying that they were making 4 passes per possession, but at some points it felt like that, and I just thought that they were being too passive out there and not aggressive. And I did not like that. I understand that, again, it comes down to team chemistry, and they have to sort of work on that. But one of you has to take it, man. And it wasn't even just PG and Tyrese Maxey that were being too passive. Kelly Oubre at some points was, driving down the lane, and then he's not even looking at the rim, and he kicks it out to nobody, and it's stolen away. Take the shot. It's fine. Be aggressive. They were being really passive tonight. The starters tonight combined to have 12 turnovers. They actually had 12 in the first half. Harden had 6 turnovers, and yet they only turned the ball over, 10 times in their starting rotation. It still wasn't good. Still wasn't good at all whatsoever. Norman Powell got a lot of shots off. Now, why was that? Because the Sixers could not rotate on him properly. They got to close out better. That I'm not so worried about. Even when Paul George played good defense on Norman Powell and they did make the switch, Powell was still feeling himself. And that's fine. You're going to get those types of nights. I'm not happy with how the rotations were set tonight. We had a lineup out there where we had Caleb Martin, Paul George, Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon, and Gershon Yabusele. It sucked. It really sucked. I never want to see that lineup ever again. I'd never want to see that lineup ever again. I'm done. Done experimenting with that. We also left 8 points on the board, free throw wise. Another reason why we lost this game was because Caleb Martin forgot how to shoot free throws. My man was 5 for 10 from the line. The trip that he went to the line for 3, the Sixers should have been up by 2 going into halftime, and yet it was tied. So Caleb Martin forgets how to shoot free throws. Oh, but JJ, he had 14 points today. Inexcusable. He was minus 11 on the court. Minus 11. PG did some good things today. Except there were times where I thought he was being too passive. 18 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 7 rebounds. He had a really good first half. Did not have a good third quarter. Did not have a good third quarter. And he needed to be more aggressive. Those are all my thoughts. Nurse has not been a good coach this year. Not sure what happened to his creativity, says Brian. JJ, what happened to Nurse's offensive sets? And the Maxey, Lowry, and Gordon lineups are nasty. Nasty in a bad way, Brian. You're right. I'm done. I'm done. I don't know why you still experiment with that. You gotta be done. Gotta be done with that. Sure, we need our big guy back. But you know what? They should have won this game. This was a game where they just looked so lifeless out there. And they were unprepared. Unprepared. They were unprepared for this game. It's a shame. I never thought that in a Nick Nurse era, I'd say that. So, they also had a time where they like went scoreless for like 4 minutes. Like their offense was so cold. They were like the Phillies bats. Just could not get hits. And everybody was trying to go for a nice pass and be too creative, and they thought way too strong, like way too hard, and they made the game more complicated than it had to be tonight. They made it more complicated than it had to be. That's why they lost. And now we're sitting at 1-6, and I'm not happy. So I don't know if they can beat the Lakers. They're going through a funk. But all right, I love you guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. I will not be on Friday. Again, we're doing the Villanova ice hockey game on Friday. I'll be back on for that. And then we have, this is the link for the Villanova ice hockey game. Oh, is that my membership? That's my membership. I'm sorry. That's not the right link. Memberships are $2.99 a month, by the way, though. Here's the other link. All right. Here we go. Rival Sports Media. That's where you can listen to Villanova ice hockey. Love you all. Catch you all Sunday, man. Sunday is when we'll be back on for the Eagles and for the Philadelphia 76ers. We got a doubleheader. See you then. Good night.